And we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. Wasn't able to do a stream last weekend because I had work all weekend. But wow, we've a lot of stuff happened since last stream, and yeah, we got another Singular Point trailer as well as a new look at the Godzilla design, and we even got a few more previews of Pacific Rim: The Black. And that's what we're mainly going to focus on today. And here with me, I have Cole, aka Godzilla Gamer 77.
All right, since Jay's not here, I'm going to try and do an intro. It's the guy from Texas. It's freezing cold down here. I'm with the biggest Nexus fan I've ever seen in my life. Tex-Mex Nexus for life. I'm Godzilla Gamer 77 with my boy Titan Goji. That's as close as I can get to Jay.
yeah. No one can top Jay's.
He's got the hype intros. He's got the hype.
Oh
intros.
yeah, which does sadden me that he's not able to join us for tonight. He did tell me that he'll pop in like through the chat once in a while. But Jay's always a blast, and so are you. And for not really the first time on this channel, but first time in a stream, I have with me Walter White.
Jesse, I want to stream with Davis. Jesse. Hello, everyone. I'm Big O, and I just want to say, in 2 months from now, Ultraman Leo comes out on Blu-ray, so be sure to buy that.
Yes, always.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so and we're just gonna start off this little discussion stream with Godzilla Singular Point, and I just want to hear y'all's initial thoughts real quick before we dive into something more meaty, for lack of a better term.
Like in general, just like how we feel about it.
Yeah, sure. Go on ahead.
I'm excited for it. Honestly, I'm actually more excited for this than I am GVK, but that's just more personal preference. But I really am excited for this. I like some of the designs. I don't like certain designs, but I'm generally just excited where this is going because I think this Studio Bones will definitely pull at least something pretty decent. That's all I'm hoping for. And it looks like a fun time. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that point.
Oh, and real quick, I just want to congratulate Blue Nova on recently hitting 5,000 subs. He says Ultraman sucks. I mean, dude really knows his stuff. I'm 110% with him there, and that extra 10% goes directly towards Blue Nova. So you're always welcome here, man.
He's gonna lose a subscriber after that.
There goes the 5K.
I mean, I know we're going off topic, but his video on Ultra 7 was really good. I genuinely loved it. But anyway,
he keeps showing up in my YouTube feed. He makes good videos. That just clicked with me. You make good videos, dude.
But yeah. Anyway, back to Singular Point. Got any more thoughts, Cole?
Oh no, I basically wrapped it up.
All right. Big O, want to go?
When it first got announced, I wasn't really skeptical by any sense, but I was really wanting to know what was going on with it. I really liked the initial reveal of Godzilla's head design, but the title was the thing that caught me the most off guard. Because, like, what does Singular Point mean, right? And then they showed off the cast of characters, and well, there's obviously, I feel like some people kind of overblown that this is such a diverse group of characters. Look how well designed they are and everything like that.
Yeah, we're probably only going to focus on like 3 of them.
Yeah, and at the same time, that's not me dissing on the anime. That's just more showing how much people are excited to see at least a decently diverse cast of characters compared to the Polygon trilogy, which I don't have any ill will against, but some people. Some people just want some more flavor in their cast. But then the trailers came out. I was amazed when I saw Gabra show up. That was hyped as hell. And overall, while of course there are some designs I'm mixed on, I am more so excited to see how those designs work into the show. But when we get to the Godzilla design, I have the complete opposite opinion to that. But we'll get to that in a minute when we do.
Oh yeah. I'm honestly looking forward to Singular Point. I really like the direction they're going in. I've said it a million times before, but I love that my boy Titanosaurus is getting more rep. He's my all-time favorite kaiju. I mean, I love him so much.
Now, where's Hedorah?
He's probably somewhere.
I'm waiting.
I'm ready
I'm
for
waiting.
Gabra, man. I'm ready for Gabra to come back. I'm so happy he's in that. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like I'm super looking forward to seeing Gabra again. Like Godzilla's Revenge, that movie has so much soul. In fact, a special shout out to Bonus Commentary. He just uploaded a video on Godzilla's Revenge and did a little like Dungeons and Dragons little spin on it. He's been doing some pretty good stuff, and I also really like Jet Jaguar's new design. I really like how it's like a throwback to classic 70s mech design, especially since he kind of looks like Boss Boris from Mazinger Z.
He looks like a monkey.
Yeah,
He looks like a monkey.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Kong?
Well, you see, in the German version of Godzilla vs. Megalon, Jet Jaguars King Kong in a robot suit.
Let's go.
Yeah,
That's why that's the best version. That's the best version of the movie.
Oh yeah. But anyway, we're gonna get to the talk of the town in a bit, and let's see. And for those unaware, they recently unveiled like the full design of Godzilla for this anime, and to put it short, dude's got a wagon.
He's built like a dump truck. Ugh.
Yeah, he's
muscle.
Yeah, he's got quite the dump truck there.
Got me drooling on the keyboard.
Yeah.
That man don't miss leg day. He don't miss leg day.
Okay, but like in all seriousness, I'm really digging this design. I think Big Jack Films put it best. It's essentially a fusion Godzilla. You kind of got Godzilla 98 legs, 2014 thighs, a bit of a Kiryu neck, a bit of a GMK head, but at the same time, it looks very dinosaurian in a way, and you don't really see a lot of Godzilla designs like that. And I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Also like the return of the white dorsal fins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if you look kind of closely here, let's see. I really like the red veins on those dorsal fins. I think that's where like that red mist is coming from, and probably a good explanation as to why like the ocean is red in some of the trailers.
Probably.
But yeah, I know it's low quality, but really digging that mug he's got. I really like that fang too, the one that's just sticking out.
Yeah, it's been a while since we got a Godzilla design with like a prominent fang on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like last was like what 2000 that kind of had like prominent fangs of some sort. Like they weren't like out like as big as that, but they were very visible in terms of like the design.
I would say the last design that had noticeable fangs was like Final Wars. Like you could say in a technical sense, like the Monsterverse kind of had something like that, but it's been a while since we actually got like fangs on a Godzilla design that stuck out.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Looking at the comments here, Spiders Prime says Buff Goji. Yo, what's up, Spacey? Dorsal fins are my favorite part. Tokusatsu Linking says never noticed the veins. Shay, what's up? It's weird that there seems to be a competition on who can make the thickest Godzilla these days. Yeah, pretty much. He is. he was looking like he was munching on those Krabby Patties back in Shin Godzilla.
I know you said it's like a fusion Godzilla, but to me, I see a lot of Shin inspiration in this design.
Oh, yeah,
in terms
it's-
of like the head shape, especially like the ankles and the really long kind of tail. I know it's just the angle, but like I really see a lot of Shin parallels, especially even in the spines too. Like I see a lot of Shin like similarities in the design, with a little bit
and,
98 with that really big hunch.
real quick, Joey Plinkus is here.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello.
Everything's good.
Whoa!
We were just talking about Singular Point. We're talking about the design, and before you share your thoughts on this particular design, do you want to share your general thoughts on Singular Point real quick?
Yeah, okay, so I first found out about Singular Point because, well, I put two and two together because Norman England was kind of flirting around last year, mentioning something about his friend making a Godzilla anime, and it has nothing to do with the other ones that came out. I'm like, okay. Then it was announced. I didn't know, like, it was coming. I saw, like, the Jaguar, you know, and I'm like, what's going on? And, that's how I found out about this anime that's coming out, and I'm like, I'm gonna check it out.
Alrighty, so and so now you've shared your thoughts. Want to talk about the Godzilla design for Singular Point?
Yeah, I think a lot of us are on the same page with the portions. They're not quite right. Do you feel that way, or?
I mean, considering that it is animated and a lot of animation tends to be pretty exaggerated, I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah,
Shin was pretty misproportionate too. So I mean, I think both can work.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I like the way it is. I don't want it to change. But one thing I really noticed the most, and I shared it with Davis earlier this afternoon, is that I sent him a screenshot from, do you remember that Turok game called Turok Rage Wars? And on the front case,
yeah,
has like the tusk, you know, I'm like, that is awesome. And we're seeing this on Godzilla finally. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm blown away by the design. I don't collect a lot of stuff, but I might pick one up.
Yeah, I really like how it's like a new and interesting spin on Godzilla, but at the same time, it has just enough features to kind of act as a throwback to like classic Godzilla designs. I was mentioning the return of the white dorsal fins earlier. It's also got a bit. It's also got a bit of a Kiryu Goji neck, a bit of a GMK head, a little.
Yeah, his head. I will say that, like, it kind of brought me. He kind of looks like 84. Yeah, sorta. Not really.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The eyebrows kind of give me 1964 vibes a little bit because they look kind of brown.
I totally see it. Wow.
The grandpa eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I love the fact that the spines are porting forward instead of like straight up. I really like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Good observation.
How do you feel about like the veins that are within the dorsal fins?
I like it.
It's hype as shit.
Reminds me of leaves. Like it, in a way, it's like a force of nature. You know. I mean.
Yeah, they totally do look like leaves.
They're cool though. I mean, like I said, I really like the design. But... And like maybe his tail, like its tail, I should say. The beginning base is like, I think Steve Rifle said something on Facebook about like he likes the design, but the proportions are a little off. And Ace said that too, and which they're both friends of mine. Which Davis, you're friends with the Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, wait a second. Does he have Gila monster arms? Did you see that?
Holy.
I like it. I mean, Gamera had the blades in the Heisei series. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm-
I also mentioned earlier how like it looks more dinosaurian, which I really like.
oh yeah.
yeah.
Now that you mention that, he's been leaning forward, and I was going to say something earlier. He seemed more animalistic, but now he seems more of like a Godzillasaurus sort of variation. So
Oh yeah.
I'm glad they're taking their homework, and they did a pretty good job with the design. I mean, I didn't hate Godzilla Earth. You know, I thought it was a pretty cool design too, but
Alrighty. So you guys have any final thoughts on a Singular Point before we talk about Pacific Rim: The Black?
I
I'll
can't
say
believe there's a
this.
Godzilla about as thick as the 90s Godzilla. I never thought I'd see that again.
I'll say this: I'm really, really vibing with that shoulder design. Because I'll tell you this: when I first saw this design, it wasn't more of a "I gotta see it in motion." It was more of a "I better hope the animation does this design justice" type of thing. 'Cause
Right.
this design kind of clicked with me immediately. Almost every new Godzilla design took me a bit to really get used to and like, except for like the 2019 designs, since I was already fond of the 2014 look. So seeing a version of it that makes like major and slight tweaks to it, you know, in a way that I actually liked, you know, like I was pretty fond of that design when it first got revealed. But this is the first fresh take on the character that instantly clicked with me. Like I just really dig it.
yeah,
like
I'm excited.
yeah, like I'm again I'm looking forward to Singular Point. I'm really interested in how it's like just this new take on on not just Godzilla but of like other kaiju as well. We were talking about Gabra and Jaguar earlier, and I also mentioned Titanosaurus, but yeah.
It's crazy to think that they're still finding new ways to make these monsters look distinct. Like Godzilla is still like they're still finding new ways to make each design so unique and different. Like that always impresses me every time nowadays. Like they keep finding interesting ways.
Yeah, good observation. Except for Jaguar, I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I'm excited to see. I mean, I'm happy he's back. Jaguar is a favorite of mine.
One thing I just found crazy is when they you know, when we first saw Gabra, his design is so different from like his original design, yet most people were able to tell that's Gabra.
Yeah, like it just works.
Yeah.
It was the horn, I think, that gave it away. I think it was the horn for me.
And
Yeah,
kind of the green
and-
bumpy
and-
skin.
Yeah, the bumpy
Yeah.
skin. I think he still had his orange hair.
I didn't notice,
Will he
but
sucker,
the bumpy skin I noticed. Yeah, I mean,
will he sucker punch somebody like he did Manila in Revenge? I hope that happens again because that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Hey! Remember when in Godzilla's Revenge where he bit down on Godzilla's thigh? I don't think he'll be able to do it in this one.
Well, Godzilla
Could
flip him
it'll be
over.
a small segment where like a little kid just beats up two robbers.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Pacific Rim: The Black, and real quick, guys, got any thoughts on this anime so far?
Please be better than Uprising. Please be better than Uprising.
That's a pretty small hurdle, but I mean,
It's not a big hurdle, but it's a hurdle to get over. That's all I want.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be better than Uprising. God, I don't even want it. Yeah. Anyway.
this was something that's been it's been trying to get off the ground for so long. I think it was announced like 2014 or 15, and like just now we're starting to get some looks at it.
I'll tell you this: the first looks we've gotten so far have not been bad at all. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is mainly just with the human story. in a sense.
Yeah.
Comes off a little cliche, but I think everything else we've seen so far has been quite enjoyable, and the animation, even if it's like 3D, has looked pretty good as well.
Yeah,
It's done in Polygon, right?
yeah, it's being animated by Polygon. Although I will say that the kaiju don't really feel that diverse, like compared to one another. They kind of feel more samey, like they did in Uprising. Like judging by these
It's
first
just
two
the
previews.
aesthetic. It's just the aesthetic of Uprising. But that's just probably my interpretation, because I just thought Uprising, they didn't do enough unique, even with the Jaegers too. Like they're all kind of the same build. So, like, I don't know. That's just kind of the fault of Uprising. But if they can make it work, they can make it work. I just have to see it in action.
I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of this type of animation, this 3D animation. I know that they did it for the Godzilla anime, not the new one that's coming out, but didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Polygon, but I mean, it looks fine. I don't know. It's just weird. It's hard to watch sometimes, but it's I guess let's use your error, really. Don't discredit Polygon's work, but
Sure. Oh wait. Let's see. I'm trying to share the right tab real quick. Let's see. But yeah, like like the kaiju are following that that traditional like beastly with the neon highlights, but like I kind of think it looks a little bland and unimaginative. Like I look at this and I just think, wow, Leatherback was so much cooler.
Yeah.
The first movie Kaiju had like a lot of like cool little designs with nice little touches to them to make them distinct and such. Like hell, you have like a side monster that only showed up for 5 seconds in the prologue that was called Karloff, and he was based off of the original Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, who's played by Boris Karloff. I mean
the issues with these designs is the reason why the original kaiju designs worked so well was because they felt inspired by things like real life animals and other giant monsters and other monsters in general from other media in order to incorporate into their designs. Well, these, I don't know. I can't really find any reference to what these might be based off of, which makes these designs a little harder to get into, in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, it seems to me that Subaraya was really always good about coming up with random monsters, because I can't really have an argument stating like a lot of those monsters are based off from real life, animals. But I'm kind of afraid with this anime. I'm not trying to be, the Ian Malcolm of the project thing going on here, but we've had so many anime now coming out with kaiju. Like, do you think they'll try to replicate Attack on Titan a little bit? I mean, this is a generic looking monster. It doesn't look bad. I have that kind of like, and it kind of
like,
a little bit.
Yeah, like it doesn't look bad, but it can definitely be better.
Yeah.
And look, it just popped in.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah.
You donate too much money to Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, and he supports my Patreon too much. I don't like that.
Oh no.
But yeah, and let's see. Any more thoughts on Pacific Rim, the Black Kaiju, before we go into this little Jaeger design that we got?
The smaller Kaiju, not feeling it. I like the bigger ones. Like, even if we just kind of somewhat complain about it in a sense, they're still cool looking.
Yeah.
I still like, no matter what, even if their designs don't stick out as much as like the first Pacific Rim monster designs, I'm a sucker for giant monsters. But like the smaller Kaiju, like, I don't know. I in my mind, when I think of a smaller Kaiju, I just think of, what if a big Kaiju was just smaller size, like human size? That's what I always wanted, but they always got to make them into these like four-legged like wolf
dogs.
Yeah, like that. Like that's always like a common thing. Yeah. It's like, bro, I just want like, it's kind of like in the Rise of Ultraman comic. Like within like the first issue, you see like a human-sized Telesdon. Like I just want that.
Yeah, yeah, or something like the Legion soldiers from Gamera 2,
Yeah.
or like the smaller creatures from Cloverfield.
Yeah,
Like,
the parasites.
I want more stuff like that. And now that you mention it, parasitic creatures would definitely fit. Like the kaiju, like in terms of like characterization, because they're essentially parasites as established in the first movie.
I was about to bring that up.
They their prime motives are just to conquer worlds.
Yeah, until Uprising came in and be like, all right, so this monster that went to Alaska in the first movie, I was actually trying to go to Mount Fuji. Don't know why I was in Alaska, but that's just how it is now.
Yeah.
Uprising. I don't like thinking about that movie. It gets me mad.
Did you see the again Easter egg? Did you see the Guiron one? Yeah.
Oh my. Oh yeah, let's turn one of my favorite characters from the first movie into a villain. That's the best idea.
And let's throw in a Gundam statue because subtlety. We don't have it.
Perfect.
There's nothing else redeeming for this movie. Let's just give fanfare.
Even though Gundam has hardly anything to do with Pacific Rim, let's just have a Gundam statue.
When I say I started pissing in the theater, that's usually a term of quality. That usually means the movie's good. But the entire when I was watching Uprising, every seat was dry. It was.
I'm not. I like how the stream turned into shitting on that movie, but it deserves it. I can't stand it. I didn't go see it in theaters. I waited till it came out in Redbox.
You lucky man. You lucky.
I know.
Lucky man.
I know, but I sat through King of the Monsters. I hate myself. Anyway, I watched it probably about 15 minutes into it, and I'm like, I can't. I checked it and put in Dawn of the Dead.
I've never wanted to leave a movie theater so bad until I wanted to watch Uprising. Let me tell you, man, I was so close to leaving.
I think another thing about Uprising that frustrated me was you remember in the first movie where the Jaegers didn't just like destroy buildings for the sake of destroying them? But in this one, they're literally like hopping through skyscrapers to take on kaiju. Like they just do that now. They're literally throwing buildings at each other.
They're like,
don't worry
forget
about
it.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And Shoma brings up, what about the Baron from Mothra 2? They weren't just parasites, but also Dagra's personal army, or the Legion soldiers from Gamera 2, the smaller separated forms of Destroya 2. Now, I mean, I give Destroya a lot of flack, but that's definitely like one of the more creative elements of that film.
My favorite scene in Destroya is the alien scene.
My favorite scene is when they use Bandais. That's my favorite scene.
Giant monsters more than 1,000 years. Kids will eat up Pacific Rim 1,000 years.
No, the best scene in Destroya is when they shoot the rocket launcher. Oh, see you, Toku. The best scene in Destroya is when they shoot that bazooka at the Destroya and it just blips out of existence. Like, it just pops out of frame during the explosion. That's my favorite.
My favorite part was not Destroya's perfect form being revealed. It's the scene after that where he starts floating in the air. He starts going up.
I agree with Davis on Destroya. I'm not a big fan of that movie. I think it's very overrated. I mean, these are my words. I'm saying it's overrated. Yeah, I'm saying it's overrated. I don't think it's a good film. But I will say the Destroya parts, the mini ones, like recreating aliens. I mean, the Toho knows they got crap on their hands. They're like, oh, we gotta get something in there to get butts and seats. So why not just copy a good movie? But
I think Destroya is okay.
Shay says it's bad that I'd rather watch some of the lesser Godzilla movies like Ebra or Hedorah than Pacific Rim Uprising.
Hedorah is one of the best Godzilla movies.
Yes, it is.
And Ebra's a fun time too.
I love Ebra. What the hell?
I mean, Shay, it's totally okay if you don't like them, but I will say it's not bad at all. I mean, those are undoubtedly better than Uprising.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
I mean, I don't like Ghidorah, but I will definitely watch it over Uprising.
So yeah, we were talking about the kaiju for a fair bit, and I just want to bring up I brought up the wrong screen again. Hang on a second. I don't know why this keeps happening.
Sorry, I'm every time I look at my computer, I'm seeing Big O's screenshot of. I can't.
I don't have a webcam, so I had to do it.
I love
like
it.
There,
I love
there,
it.
there we go.
Okay.
Thoughts on how the Jaegers are looking, just the overall
Bumblebee.
aesthetic.
No, I'm kidding.
Is that Hot Rod?
Oh,
from
it kind of does look like
Last
Bumblebee,
Night?
though.
Is that a transformer?
Oh man, I'm starting to get flashbacks to when that giant walking Gundam made like news headlines and everyone called it a transformer. I'm just like,
Oh my!
You know what I just got flashbacks to, Davis? The constant like Transformers and like Pacific Rim crossed over Instagram posts people just wouldn't stop making for years. It was so weird. But about this design, there is no problem making the most basic Jaeger the main one. All right, they did that in the first one, and it seems like they're doing it here. I'm going to diss Uprising again. The issue with Uprising was that every Jaeger was the basic one.
Yeah.
It was. The only thing that
and-
was different about them was their weapon. That's the only difference. Other than that, they're all the same.
That's why when I saw the hybrids come into the movie, that was the moment that I actually got like into the movie, and then they were gone.
Yeah. Also in the first movie, each Jaeger had like its own like personality or identity. Like Gypsy Danger had that World War II aesthetic. Striker Eureka was like more advanced military technology. Crimson Typhoon kind of represented Chinese robotics. I mean, you have Cherna Alpha, who's literally a giant walking nuclear reactor.
A bucket. That's what I call them. Looks like a bucket to me.
I love that Chernobyl like actual like head, quote unquote, was like on its chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while the Jaeger designs in Uprising looked cool, that was it. I mean, they just looked cool and didn't really have much else to them.
The only Jaeger I thought. Oh, sorry, you go.
No. You can go on ahead.
Obviously, the only Jaeger that fit the Uprising look to me was Saber Athena, because I thought if that was just its own thing, like it was a slimmed down Jaeger and it was really athletical, I think that would have worked. But every Jaeger is Saber Athena in terms of look, and it's the same look for this. So, like, I just want
every
some
Jaeger
more
has a
variety.
sword now.
Oh,
Not to get too far off, back into shitting on Pacific Rim 2. Didn't you mentioned they had different weapons? I don't even remember that. Like, did they hardly use them?
One had like a wrecking ball. The
it was
other one had a
wrecking ball, whip, and then two swords that go with a big sword, and then just sword and gun. And then
Obsidian Fury was pretty awesome in Uprising.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
It was the giant black Jaeger with the flame sword.
It was the bad one.
That one was neat. Had the chainsaw looking swords. Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Yeah. So I mean, I think in terms of like overall like look and aesthetic, I am kind of digging this anime look for the Jaegers. But one thing that I do have to question is the use of color on it. It's
I probably would have went with like blue. I'd keep the yellow.
Yeah, like I can't help but find it odd. I can't help but think about the Pacific Rim PlayStation 3 video game where you could customize your own Jaeger and you can give it like tiger stripes.
Like,
It's
like I'm looking at the colors, and the colors are clearly distinct. They stick out more so than any other Jaeger. But the thing is when I'm looking at it, I'm just like, who in their right mind was manufacturing and making a giant weapon to fight giant monsters and thought, instead of going for a very muted, just normal basic color that doesn't stand out, nah, man, we got to make this thing stick out in any situation.
Yeah, like I honestly would have preferred like a much more heavy duty military look, like either gray or or a muted any color really, just not bright orange and blue.
Yeah.
Imagine if it had like a camo-esque pattern on it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah, camos for your mechs. I'm sorry, I never played the PlayStation 3 game. I'm just like, everything around that time when that game came out, though, it seemed like everything needed camo on your cat, your truck, your gun. You know.
Yeah.
Like, but but yeah, I mean, being a fan of Jet Jaguar, of course, I'm gonna be like, oh, nice colors, man. Yeah, do it. But I was expecting more of a grimmer one, like you were mentioning, Davis.
Yeah, like something that's more in tone with what the first movie established.
Yeah, I expected that more, and here we go with this. I mean,
yeah, just go for like a nice, like, because the I wouldn't say it's an issue, because like I mentioned, I overall think this is a fine design. Having your main Jaeger be basic looking but having some distinct things about it is something I'm totally up for. All right, the reason why Gypsy Danger worked so well was because it didn't really stick out compared to the others and such, and so it was easier to make the side one stick out more, and while having the main one be more basic in a sense. But I do feel like the colors are a little too strong with this one. Like the saturation got turned up a little too high.
Maybe they wanted a very iconic robot or like a character, because like Evangelion had, purple and pink and well, I mean, I guess they weren't really robots in that, but still,
Are you comparing Ava to Uprising? No, I'm just kidding. Somebody saying that in the comments.
Right? No, yeah, you beat them to it. They're gonna hate me after this video, but it's fine. But yeah, I maybe probably would have. I think they were just doing it to make it iconic. Maybe sell a few more Bandais or something.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see this as like a model kit. I mean, it's going to happen.
Can't wait for the robot series.
It's gonna happen. You know why this is gonna happen specifically? Because they released Godzilla 93's poster version of Monster Arts, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I can't believe they. I love it. It's cool, but I'm like, okay, who asked for
Typical Monster Arts, milking that design.
Shay says this Jaeger design looks like a cross between a Rock'em Sock'em Robot and an armored Spartan from Halo.
Speaking of Halo, it was hype as hell to hear Jen Taylor, the voice of Cortana from Halo, be the voice of the AI in this.
Oh, she wasn't she?
Yeah, like at first I had to double check, but once I heard it a few more times, like, that's Jen Taylor, that's Cortana.
Wow, I had no idea.
Hopefully the dub's good.
Right? No, well, I mean, now that you mention it, doesn't this Jaeger look like a Spartan?
It looks like a Gen 4 Spartan, yeah.
Where's the sport?
When I used to be big in gaming, like on Xbox, I had a Spartan that looked blue and yellow because I'm like, why not? I look like an asshole, Like, but that's what it reminded me of now. Thanks for mentioning Halo, whereas I would never be able to make the comparison. I'm like, I've seen this before. Like, just look at the helmet. I'm like,
yeah, I definitely see it with the helmet. But anyway, more final thoughts on Uprising before we not Uprising. That's
I hate it.
No.
0 out of 10. We'll watch again.
Pacific Rim the Black before we continue on because I just received the list and Shoma emailed to me.
Oh, very nice. He's cool. I like him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's pretty awesome.
I'm waiting for it to come out. I think it looks nice, and I think I'll have a decent time. The title is weird, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit
weird.
odd.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. It definitely caught me off guard when it first got revealed. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going with that now.
I mean, I guess it's better than something generic like Armageddon.
Or Pacific Rim Uprising. You know?
Damnation.
Requiem.
Annihilation.
Annihilation. Oh, God. Oh, let's see.
If you want to guarantee that your product won't suck, do not name it Annihilation.
At least they didn't call it Son of Pacific Rim.
Son of Pacific Rim.
Son of Jaeger.
I mean that's basically what Uprising was, a son of Pacific Rim, because it was about Stacker Pentecost's son.
Yeah, which I mean, I like the story idea, just the way it played out. Well, we all know how. I don't need to say anything. I think everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, I feel like they should have called it Pacific Rim Into Darkness. Oh wait.
Uprising should have been Pacific Rim Downfall. That's what it should have been.
Yeah. Just Pacific Rim Exit. Like, no. Just a big NO. No.
All right, now I'm waiting for Hidekiano's take on it. Shin Pacific Rim. Let's go.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. I was actually about to say that as the next one, but you said Resurgence, so I'm like,
Where's the Monsterverse version where it's just called Pacific Rim, and then it's Pacific Rim King of the Jaegers, and then Pacific Rim versus something. I don't know what the third one would be.
No, it's just Pacific Rim versus Kong.
No,
Just Kong
here's what they
fights
did. No, this is what they would do. They'd just call it Pacific Rim Uprising because they reused the title of the previous movie.
Yeah. You see, it's like Halloween kills.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that franchise.
Oh, yeah, Pacific Rim kills, Pacific Rim dies.
Neon Genesis Pacific Rim, the end of Pacific Rim.
Oh my god. Okay, well, as long as it's not like the first 15 minutes, I don't really want to see that.
Super Pacific Rim, Super Pacific Rim 2, Super Pacific Rim 2 Turbo, Super Pacific Rim 2, the Champion Edition.
Where's the rebuild of Pacific Rim? You are not a Jaeger. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's basically what they said to Charlie Hunnam when they were working on the second movie.
I love this.
I'm just waiting for the Champion Film Festival of the first Pacific Rim. That'll be interesting.
Half an hour.
It's a Shiro Honda's preferred cut.
Return of Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim Revenge.
Pacific Rim, The Last Jaeger.
There's the Kong Skull Island series coming, even though it's only anime inspired. There's also the last rebuild of Evangelion film coming. Eventually, maybe, hopefully, ? And next thing I was about to get into was the Kong Skull Island anime. I already talked about it last stream. I'm honestly really looking forward to it, especially.
Me too. Yes.
I mean, you have the studio that worked on Castlevania. I believe Jordan Roberts has some involvement in it. I can't help but be excited for it, honestly.
I'll
agree. I want to see Big Monkey again.
I agree. I want to see the big monkey again. I can't wait until he kills Godzilla. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's just gonna rip his mouth apart. It's gonna be insane.
Like Anguirus.
Yeah. Wait, what if Kong was fake Godzilla the entire time?
No, it's Mechanic Kong. It's Mechanic Kong. That's the real threat of the movie. It's Mechanic Kong the whole time.
Ren Sarazawa is actually Doctor Who.
The underground layer.
Give me the chemical X.
Yeah. Then like all of a sudden the character, like the father from the last movie, suddenly is like a 007 character, and he like has to go underground and fight his goons.
Actually, I think that might be the reason why they're carrying Kong away from Skull Island in the trailer. They're trying to get Kong to retrieve chemical X for them.
Yeah, see, it could be that. You know what?
It all makes sense.
Davis, that sounds like a way better movie than what we're actually going to get. I would rather watch that. I'm sorry. I if anybody knows me, I've been really overly critical on the MonsterVerse.
Pacific Rim Gypsy's counterattack. Pacific Rim, the Fellowship of the Two Kings Strike Back again.
Oh, God. Smooth, very smooth. But I did love Kong Skull Island. I thought it was great. I don't know. I thought that was the tone they were going for. Like, they were trying to get it in 2014, but they didn't get it. They nailed it in Kong. Then King of the Monsters comes out, and I'm like, where did you go? Like, you had the same screenwriters, didn't you? What the hell happened?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited for this anime.
Yeah. Dylan, you want to share your thoughts?
Basically, it exists, and I am waiting for it.
All right. That's
like right now, like the things I could get excited for is pretty much the production of it. That's about it.
I understand. It's okay.
But I know for a fact that when it does come out, I'm probably gonna love it because I like Kong.
Yes.
I have not seen Castlevania yet, but for what I've seen, the animation is good.
I haven't watched the latest season, but the first two seasons are awesome.
And I'm going to say it again. I love Big Monkey. I want to see him again.
Monkey.
Monkey fuck. I just referenced James Rolfe.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a James Rolfe reference. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
And that's the only F-bomb that we're gonna have here, folks. Because
dang it!
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
I probably should have told you before then. So that's partially on me.
Cover the children's ears. Don't let them hear the naughty words.
I will say, like, I'm used to Matt's stream, so I'm like,
I got you.
Oh. Yeah. I will refrain.
Yeah, but unlike Matt's streams, this one's staying up when it's done.
Yeah. Oh, very true. I'll be good. But yeah.
You better. Or I'll put you in the corner.
It's like just drag my screen all the way to the corner.
Is Davis threatening me? Oh.
Super Lady Titan Goji Bigos counterattack.
Heisenberg's attack.
Jesse, Tangoshi made me a mod on his server.
Jesse, we forgot Kong at school.
Cola, have you shared your thoughts on the Skull Island anime?
I said it last stream, but I'm excited for at least the animation because I love the Castlevania show and it's got great animation. So that's the one thing I know I'm gonna like, hopefully. And I mean, hey, it's Kong. Skull Island was I liked it like for how stupid it was, but like I don't think it's like great or anything. But it is fun. So if I can at least get that same kind of vibe from Skull Island to this, I think I'll have a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Godzilla and Kong are going to team up in the end, rather kill each other. Just watch. I mean, everyone's speculating that that's going to happen. I mean, it's really not a spoiler at this point, but I mean, Mechagodzilla's in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be no surprise that.
You know what's funny?
Batman vs Superman.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right.
All night. I just remembered something. They leaked the script a couple of years ago. Do you remember reading that script at all?
I remember reading it, but I completely forgot what that script entailed.
I will say, from what we've seen so far, it's matching up with what I read. And apparently, I shouldn't say anything then. I don't know.
That's,
I will say this: all your fake Godzilla theories are stupid.
but no, that is not Mechagodzilla. You're just trying to cope with the fact that Godzilla's getting his ass kicked in that first trailer.
I can't believe that movie is making both sides cope really hard.
Yeah, especially when Godzilla just smacked the crap out of Kong in that Japanese trailer.
Like I'm just saying this. There's not going to be a single like dry seat in my house when I watch it on March 23rd. My house is going to be a piss central.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
Hello.
But yeah, with I mean, on that note, let's see, pull up the screen share again. The movie that may or may not exist or come out.
It's not. It's GVK. It's an XGVK. It's an XGVK. Never coming out. It's not coming out. No way.
It actually, yeah, it
It's a
just
myth.
doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I've never heard of this movie at all. I was wondering if you guys could fill me. I'm kidding.
I'm like, what?
What's a Evangeline, if that's how you pronounce it? What is that?
It's pronounced Evangelion.
I can't
No,
show
it's
you.
from that one Robin Williams movie, Neon Genesis Evangelion. However he said it.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's got a sword that he kills bad guys with.
It's not depressing at all. It's the happiest show on earth.
You know, a lot of people like to talk about that scene out of context when it actually has a huge significant part in that entire film. 1 hour.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, you mean the first like 15 minutes, the one I was kind of referring to earlier, a little side comment that I made.
Or oh wait, the first 15 minutes. What?
The end of Evangelion.
Oh no! I'll talk about 1 hour photo with Robin Williams.
Oh, that's what it was called.
Oh,
1 hour photo.
yeah,
That's what it was
okay.
called. Okay.
Yeah,
You thinking about the hospital scene, Joey? I swear to God.
No. Oh yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Yes, I'm like when Devil was saying like there's a meaning behind this. I'm like I'm intrigued. I want to hear this. Or do
That's
that.
great. As that movie is. Look, do not let someone walk in while you're watching that scene, man. Because
No,
that'll be the most
it's
awkward
bad.
experience if someone walks in and just like, oh, there's thematic purpose. I swear.
Also, don't have people walk in on you while you're watching Perfect Blue, specifically on the one scene.
Oh yeah.
That actually happened at a friend's house. I was showing him the movie with him and another friend, and his mom walked in. Not
Oh,
the worst
no.
part. And I was laughing. She's like, "What are you
No.
watching?" And I just couldn't stop. And he was just nervously going, "It's like it's not what it looks like, Mom."
I had a similar story. I was watching a movie with my friend. It was like some Sailor Moon movie or whatever. I've never seen Sailor Moon before that point. And we were like this part where like this plant monster like grabs somebody, and my mom walked in, and she went, "Are you watching hentai?" And we started laughing so hard. We couldn't stop. It was so
Your mom's
funny.
cool.
Yeah, my mom's pretty chill.
But yeah, like as I was saying, like that scene of the mass-produced Eva figure in 1 hour photo. A lot of people like to take that scene out of context and laugh at how like silly it is. Like, oh wow, look at this Evangelion figures in a Robin Williams movie, when it actually has a huge significant part in the entire film. It actually represents Robin Williams' attachment like to this family, and considering that it's the mass-produced Eva unit, it kind of resembles like a guardian angel, that in the sense that he's kind of watching over them.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, 3.0 plus 1.0, because Ano doesn't know how to count to 4 apparently.
There's meaning, Davis. There's meaning.
Well, Ano only has 3 fingers. Okay, he doesn't know how to go past it.
Wait, Ano's like, Ano got like 3 fingers like that. He's like 3 plus 1. Yeah, all right. That's the name of the next one.
Any thoughts on this new Evangelion film that may or may not exist?
This is the
I'm
first
looking forward to
screenshot.
it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it too because, well, it's my favorite anime series. Yeah, it is. But this is the first screenshot I've seen of it. I've heard about it. Like they said, like they're making the movie, and they released that article what, like 8 months ago.
Yeah, I remember when it was supposed to come out back in 2015, but
Oh.
Otto said, "You know what? I'm making a Godzilla movie."
I didn't read that article. Like yeah.
I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on like rebuild series, but I personally like kind of like what they're doing with the rebuild stuff, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how this ends. But just if it's good or not, we're gonna have to see. But I actually kind of dig the rebuild stuff. I just don't know how you guys feel about that.
I enjoyed the first movie. I like the second. I am still mixed on the third movie. I feel like I have to see this to form a full opinion on the third movie, which is, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I'm looking forward to it, just to kind of see it all end. And I'm also interested in seeing how Anno's gonna pursue like other projects after this, because he has said on record that he doesn't want Evangelion to be his life work.
I'll say this: I have no opinion on it because I've not seen any of the rebuilds.
I haven't.
I was really close to buying all three of them, and then such at like my local finish stock, and there was 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0, and they were all there, and I almost picked them up, but then I saw the cover of 2.0, and it made me feel like a degenerate if I bought it.
Oh,
What was the cover? Wait, what was the cover?
It was Mari on the front cover.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, I'm gonna look. This is gonna be embarrassing if I take this up to the cash. Like, I'll straight up pick up a copy of Ultraman Taro and just storm right up to the cash registers. Like, I want this now.
As you should.
but if I ever picked up any of the rebuild Evangelion movies, I would probably have a hoodie on. It's just like sunglasses, face mask on, just not revealing who I am, not even saying a word.
Or anime girl.
Or kind of dress up as one creepy guy for Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah, the scene where he buys all the magazines and he's just sweating.
Oh
yeah.
I just like how anime girl, man in spandex, man in spandex.
Let's go. Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, one is Ultraman, the other's Ultraman fan fiction. You're gonna want to go with Ultraman.
One's
exactly.
Ultraman, one is an underage girl. I'm gonna go with Ultraman.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So, any more thoughts on Evangelion before we go on to the next thing?
I got nothing.
All right, so all right. Up next, I talked about this one briefly on a last stream, but we also have SSSS Dynazenon coming out, a follow-up to SSSS Gridman, and not gonna lie, I'm definitely interested in it. I mean, it's starting to grow on me some more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly really liking how it looks.
I haven't seen much of this. I forgot this was coming out. I really liked Gridman though. I mean, I've seen the original back in the '90s, like on a VHS tape or something. But
I was watching the original Gridman when Subaraya started uploading episodes of it on their channel, but then they started to have them not be available in the US for some reason.
Yeah, that was really dumb. They only got to like episode 9 or something, and then they just
subscribe to ExpressVPN.
It kind of makes me think that there's something going on, because there is word that Mill Creek does have a license to the original Gridman, and they might end up releasing it.
I hope so.
It's only a matter of when they're gonna do a little like Blu-ray release of it. See you about his commentary. Take it easy.
See ya.
See ya.
But yeah, I'm still in need of rewatching SSS Gridman. I'm still a bit mixed on it. I do remember it being pretty cool, but yeah, like I am liking how Dynazenon is looking.
Not to get off topic. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to say I have no opinion on it. I've not seen anything SSS Gridman related yet.
It's worth checking out.
I will see the Toku.
Sorry, my
series, though.
Wi-Fi glitched for a second.
Yeah.
That's all right. You're good.
But yeah, I definitely do
My
plan on
Wi-Fi
seeing the
glitched for a second.
original.
I was gonna say something about my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But yeah, I
am a huge
definitely-
fan of SSS Gridman. Like,
No, you're good.
you get it. I was cutting you off. My Wi-Fi is so far behind.
I was
I'm just like, I'm a huge.
All right.
He's out of breath, just like
Okay.
Heisenberg's picture.
I will watch the original Toku show eventually.
Are you gonna watch?
There.
Are you gonna watch Hyper Agent Gridman or Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
I don't know what either of those are, but maybe.
I do like the anime better. I do like the anime Gridman better than the Tokusatsu show, but that's just me.
Tiga's awesome, Paul. I'm so glad I watched it. I do plan on watching Dyna and Gaia eventually.
I gotta know what Mill Creek's gonna do after Leo. Yeah, I want to know what's happening after that.
Yeah, I mean, my release 80.
Now that'd be cool, but I'm kind of.
And apparently there's word that they might end up releasing the Next and Nexus in a single release.
Oh, okay.
Which
Please.
if that is true, please.
Yes.
I have a feeling they might do Ultraman Zero stuff though next.
Yeah, probably.
I
Because
think it is confirmed. I think the Zero stuff is confirmed that they're doing it.
Yeah.
So, any more thoughts on Dynazenon?
I'm a huge fan of SSS Gridman, so I'm extremely excited for Dynazenon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyone else?
I got nothing.
I just feel bad for cutting Big O so much. I feel really bad.
It's all
We've
right.
done-
I was
we've
seething
all
with
done
rage. I
terrible
was
things tonight.
seething with it.
My internet was a little slow, and I was like, I didn't know if I was delayed or not, and I felt really bad.
Let's just say I was clenching my fist. I was quite peeved.
Oh no!
Steam was shooting out of my ears and nose.
It's this one. I've been looking forward to talking about this one for a bit, but final season of Attack on Titan has been it's been an absolute banger of a season so far. And for those in here who have watched it, I believe the dub has gone up to episode 5. I do know I do know the Declaration of War episode just aired on Toonami recently. So in terms of spoilers,
Already?
that's the cap line. We're not going to talk about the stuff after that if we want to go into it.
So we could talk about the episode that completely developed Reiner as a character, made him the most complex, tragic character in the entire show.
Yes.
Yes!
No, season 4's bad because they're CG Titans.
Oh, shut up.
Why would
It's so
you do this?
stupid. It's so stupid. I hate that people are complaining. They look fine. Like they look
Yeah.
fine.
And if there's anyone you're gonna, wave your fist in the air, scream into the clouds at, it's the producers, all right? But at the same time, it's also the pandemic's fault, man. You got producers who want an anime
Well,
to come
also,
out.
have you
within a
seen
year.
season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Titan season 3 looked awful. So why do you think this looks bad? Like in comparison, this is way better.
Oh yeah.
But there's just too much of it. I want my 2D.
I do wish there was more 2D. Like I can agree with that, but it's like they look fine though. Oh,
Wait,
Jay.
you don't
Yo,
have
Jay.
Appleseed?
Hey,
up?
Jason, say
Hey, Jay.
Hello. You don't have Appleseed and you see big girl? What's wrong with you?
So disturbing with this photo right in front of me.
But yeah,
I
yeah,
will say
like
though, my favorite character is now gone from the show, and I'm upset.
I feel yeah. We'll just leave it at that then. But like
My favorite
Yeah, we're gonna
character,
leave it at that.
Irwin, ripped the ultimate goat right there.
oh yeah, I mean Irwin
Meat.
is. Yeah, he's. I'm with you, Big O. Irwin's been living rent free in my head ever since that awesome speech.
Yeah, that's just how it is, Yeah, throw my dreams down the toilet. Don't care about it. Okay, I'm going to pretty much kill myself in this battlefield by a giant monkey. Let's do it, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta admit though, after that though, that scene with Levi though, whew, that was
yeah,
good.
Like I always thought Levi was like a pretty cool character, but like, I think people are getting too obsessive over this little manlet. Okay, but whenever that scene happened, and it's like you see all these people die, including Irwin, they just get slammed by boulders, and then next thing you know, Zeke, the Beast Titan's just like, oh wait, where did all the other Titans go? And then out of nowhere, he comes spinning right at him, and it was great, and I loved it.
Yes, season definitely redeemed Levi for me. Like I wasn't really too big on his character in seasons 1 and 2, but season 3 made me really like him as a character.
Now where's Shikishima at? I'm waiting for him to show up. Where's he at?
Oh, he's Shikishima Zeke.
Oh yeah.
They both have the same English voice actor too.
Wow.
Yeah, Joey, you probably don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I'm probably not the best Attack on Titan fan. I bought DVDs 1 and 2, like seasons 1 and 2, and I finished them, but I didn't realize they were still making more. And when you said season 5, I'm like,
oh no, this is the 4th season.
And
okay, fourth and final. Yeah, like a friend told me like 6 months ago we were both watching some other anime, and she's like, "Yeah, they made a 3rd season. Look, and there's 4 too." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, I'm the worst fan. I haven't seen the movies yet, but
the movies are pretty good. Like if you basically want like a quick rundown, the basic gist in like 3 hours, they're really good watches, and they're very special in the sense that you're never really going to see tokusatsu films like those in that sort of like scope and scale ever again, unfortunately. But yeah, I really like the live action Attack on Titan films. I always talk about them on this channel. Half my channel's dedicated to them. But
I've noticed that actually. I was flipping through your videos earlier on break, and I'm like, oh wow, okay.
yeah.
Goji, you are the biggest fan of those movies, and that is no exaggeration. I don't think anyone else in this entire world,
I agree.
anyone else has. I think the only person that might challenge you in a sense with that stuff is the people who literally made the movie, just because they made it. But even then, that's assuming that they're even fans of the movie they worked on.
But I have both Funimation Blu-rays, the Japanese Blu-rays signed by Higuchi and Keiji Sakurai. I even met Higuchi and Sakurai. I have a copy of the script like sitting behind me.
You even got the storyboards on like a PDF file, like Mike.
Yeah, and those actually came with the Japanese Blu-rays.
That's crazy.
I would definitely recommend checking out live action Attack on Titan though. Like I think just going in with open mind is like the best like thing you can do.
For the love of God, when you watch the movies, don't go into it and hope for a faithful, well-made adaptation of the manga and anime. No, you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get you're gonna get something that pays a lot of respect to the source material, doing a lot of its own stuff. All right, and I'll be honest, it's not the greatest stuff out there. It's not phenomenal pieces of art, but they're fun. They're decent. You'll have a fine time. All right.
Definitely think Shin Mazinger Z or New Getarobo in the sense where they take key elements from the source material while also being different enough to put their like own spin on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of like Guyver too.
Yeah, Guyver too. And also, Nerd Cage Live is here in the chat.
Hey.
And on March 18th, he's going to be interviewing Anthony Marquez, aka Kung Lao, from Mortal Kombat 2. And I'm actually going to be joining him on March 27th for a Snyder Cut watch party. So I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds awesome.
Y'all should go check out Nerd Cage Live. I mean, Jay and Mark, they got some really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even interviewed Daniel Pacino, who played Johnny Cage, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2.
I actually like those movies, so yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I'm talking about the games, not the movies.
Oh,
yeah.
I like them because I'm like when the first one came out, it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but I mean I really like the first Mortal Kombat movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Any more thoughts on Attack on Titan before we move on?
Like I mentioned, the episode all about Reiner made him now like Erwin is still my favorite character, but out of all the currently living characters, he is my favorite. I think he's extremely complex, and I want to see where he goes forward with this. I think we're currently over the halfway point of season 4, for what I heard. Meaning it's going to be 16 episodes, but I have a feeling there's going to be a part 2 to season 4 type of thing.
I believe it. There is confirmation that it's going to be a multi-part season.
Yeah, because there is no way in hell they're going to go to the big giant war in the span of just the next like 6 episodes. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
I believe this part of season 4 is ending at chapter 122. And,
it's
and the manga is going up to 139.
Yeah, they're doing like 2 chapters per episode, so that seems like about where they're gonna stop, I think.
Yeah.
I will say
because in the trailer we do see that daytime fight between Eren and Reiner that appears later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will say Attack on Titan is a show that like gets better every like season. Like the story just gets so much more interesting to me, and I just think that's such the greatest thing about Attack on Titan to me. It's just like it gets better like every single season, and I'm just so thrilled or just ready for the final, like how this season's gonna end and like what's gonna happen like and when they do part 2, and I'm stoked, man. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah,
take it easy, Paul.
See you, Paul.
See you.
Yeah, like I would say the first season. I would say until they go to like I believe the 57th expedition type of thing. The first half of it is like a kind of, I wouldn't say a slog to get through, but like there's nothing eventful happening in a sense.
Right.
Like there's a few things, but they're like at the moment there's not like questions coming to you. Kind of like what the later half does, because the later half, that's when they start throwing things at you to make you go, wait, what's this? What's that? What's going on? And then you just keep going with the seasons after to get more and more answers and also to get more and more questions in the process. And I will tell you this, after you get through get up to date, you will reflect on season 1 and you will love it. All right. The Battle of Tross arc, you will realize how great it is after you catch up with everything.
Oh yeah.
I will say though, I think Attack on Titan really hits its stride though when like season 2 really starts, because that's when like a whole ton of stuff opens up. I'm not saying season 1's bad, because I think the female Titan arc was actually really good, but I think season 2 is really when the show like really starts hitting its story and its strides and like how interesting the world is. And I think that is when I really got hooked on Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of an abrupt change, actually. I mean, I didn't expect it so soon going into season 2. And I'm like, well, okay, hello. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the whole stuff with Christy, aka Historia, and Ymir.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm really happy with this season so far. I'm definitely gonna miss waiting every month for for a new chapter or every weekend for a new episode, because Attack on Titan has definitely established itself in Japanese pop culture as one of the modern greats.
Yeah. I definitely do see in the future, like decades from now, for them to return back to Attack on Titan with like another anime to it, because that tends to happen, right? Different
Yeah,
artistic interpretations
Yeah.
or reimaginings, or people wanting to just take another crack at it. You know, try to maybe make something that's even more faithful or change things
right.
up a bit, type of thing.
Yeah,
Like, well,
and apparently after Hajime Isayama finishes Attack on Titan, he's just done then and there, and says he's going to open up a spa.
yeah, bro, he better have a sauna in that.
Yeah,
Make me steam like a Titan.
yeah, it's crazy to believe that he was like, I want to say like 22 or 23 when the manga started publication in 2009. And like in 2013, like he was already in his mid 20s at that point, and also when the anime like exploded in popularity with season 1, and like right now he's 34, he's still going, and the story has nothing but evolved since then.
Yeah.
Even just his art, like his art has improved so much. Like I don't read the manga, but I see like pictures every now and then. I'm like, wow, his art is amazing nowadays. Like it's great.
Oh, totally.
I will read the manga though when the anime finishes because I want to see like the differences that I will notice throughout that. Because I definitely want to read the manga at some point.
Yeah. Manga is great. There's definitely some fat in there that the anime does a great job trimming down. I've also seen the memes where it's manga readers when they don't adapt a panel. It's a clip of the really fat guy from the B movie just freaking out in court.
That's so true, though.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done. Done when it comes to like the more modern stuff. Enshima sent me a list of like more like classic, more well known sort of kaiju related anime. He gave me a whole list of them, and no offense, Enshima, I'm not going to get through all of them. I'm just going to go through the ones that seem to stick out or seem to get around when it comes to like kaiju and tokusatsu circles. And first up, we have Neorenga, and the description that he gave me: a 1998 to 1999 short film television series created by screenwriter Sho Aikawa, Pierrot, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Pony Canyon. It consists of 2 seasons totaling 48 episodes. The story is about 3 orphaned sisters who have, through a mysterious twist of fate, inherited their very own god, an 18-meter tall stone-lone behemoth known as Neorenga. The series then deals with the fallout from the monster's appearance and the trials and tribulations of these 3 sisters and their few friends and allies afterwards, with an untrustworthy military, corrupt government, and secret cult seeking Neorenga's destruction. Definitely sounds interesting. I've heard about it from time to time, but I haven't really found the time to check it out. Are you guys familiar with Neorenga?
Never heard of it.
Me neither.
No.
Sorry, Anshama.
Yeah, you got me rubbing the back of my neck right now. I'm just like, I don't know what that is.
He's really ashamed of me.
Let's see here. All right, and let's see. Next up here, we have this one show called Better Man, and another one I've seen get mentioned from time to time. Animated by Sunrise's internal Studio 7, 1999's Better Man is a spin-off of the King Braves Gao Gaigar, which I hear is phenomenal, under the direction of Yoshitomo Yonatani and writer Hiroshi Yamaguchi. I am familiar with that last name. Unlike its kid-friendly Super Robot-based predecessor, the series is a darker thriller, likely inspired by the success of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yep. Despite a cult audience here in the West, the show's plot is all over the place, and it's nearly impossible for me to break it down easily. But basically, a government team uses robots to combat rabid mutant human beings controlled by giant paper-like alien villains, while the titular hero is a supreme life form. So basically, shout out the hedgehog, who can change into numerous forms, including several giant monster ones or some crap like that. And those are his words. Definitely an interesting concept.
The plot is intriguing.
Yep.
Yeah. Never heard
Especially,
of it. But sounds cool.
Yeah, especially since they're inspired by Neon Genesis. You know, I mean,
Everything nowadays is inspired by Evangelion, even if it doesn't mean to, because that's just
They
people's
try.
gift too.
they try, but they really fail at the depression part.
Yeah, there's sometimes where people don't even mean to like be inspired by Evangelion. People just immediately like assume.
Yeah.
This is
I will-
Evangelion material.
I will say I like the girl on the cover's Christmas hair going on with that red and green. Very festive. I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's
That's not
always
where your
ready.
eyes are at.
Oh,
All right. So,
All right.
moving on from that, and
Oh, hey,
Uh,
one quick thing. Sorry. Before we get off Evangelion, did we want to talk about the Blu-ray, the actual legit Blu-ray coming out here stateside?
oh yeah,
yeah.
I completely forgot about that. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Evangelion actually get a more accessible home video release.
Okay,
Please don't get the
accessible,
Netflix.
accessible offline.
Yeah.
As long as it's not the same translation. Netflix.
Accessible and legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying this. Glad it wasn't Funimation that got their hands on it.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it-
happy. Funimation, not a controversial opinion, but I'm going to say it, is a awful company. I do not like them. I hate Funimation with a passion. So seeing them given the fattest L with this series not going to them, it's just great. And see them get desperate by taking anything Evangelion related and trying to push it out after losing it is great. Like what they do with their Shin Godzilla Blu-ray. It's like they completely just.
oh yeah, that Shin Godzilla Blu-ray with that uses the Yakuza font for some reason.
As a Dragon Ball fan, I know Funimation's terrible business practices.
I
man.
was actually just about to get into that. Like,
Hey, you get me. You get me.
yeah, like if any guys want to know just how terrible Funimation is when it comes to home video releases, just look at their history of terrible Dragon Ball home video releases, especially
plenty of good
specifically
videos.
Z. Z is the one that gets the worst treatment.
Also,
I own the Blu-rays they came out with in like early 2010s or something like that, and they are not good. But I do own the series that way. But it's just, they don't even have it in 4x3. Well, they did, and then it still sucked. So I mean, like I don't.
Like last time I was at Walmart, I mean everyone knows the orange brick releases.
Oh, they're still there. They're
Yeah,
still there.
well,
they're still there,
not only are they still there, it's like 2 seasons per brick. It's like, oh my god, they're evolving.
No, I don't want a bigger brick.
I'm just saying this. You know, when it came to around Christmas, I bought my sister like $1,000 gaming PC, but that was more so to pay her back for the PC she helped get for me. And so, but because of that, I thought it would be
Hey!
appropriate.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
hey,
Matt.
Monstrosities. Hey, Matt.
Hey, it's that ugly bald guy from.
Man, I'm gonna call him my Christian name. Hey, Matthew. But since that me getting her a laptop was more so me paying her back for her helping her get my PC, I went and buy her a couple of Blu-rays of her favorite anime, My Hero Academia. Why are they $50, bro? Like,
Oh
why?
Oh yeah, like it's $50 for like 13 episodes.
Yeah, like I mentioned, when I bought Ultraman Taro, $25 for over 50.
Insane.
I don't know, maybe
Yep.
60 episodes. I don't know how long Taro is. I just know it's like the longest show. Okay.
It's 53. Yeah.
Yeah, 53. That cost me $25.
Mm-hmm.
But 13 episodes of My Hero Academia is half 100. It is
See,
50.
So they know the teenage, crowd's gonna go straight for My Hero, Academia over Ultraman Taro. I mean,
Yeah, and there's also the fact that My Hero Academia is dubbed in English, but that still doesn't excuse the price point.
Yeah,
It's only like 12 episodes. It's like 12 episodes.
Make the
I'm not
show
saying
around
it's
like
good.
$25, $30, and then sell the movies for about $15. That's the appropriate price. That's what everyone would realistically think. But because they're hot ticket series, they're really popular, and they're given that special quote unquote Funimation edge, they got to be sold for like a large amount. You could get a limited edition collector set of the first season of One Punch Man when it first came out for $50, but that's because it was a limited edition collector set. If you bought the normal season, it would have cost you around $25, $30. But a normal basic Blu-ray of My Hero Academia costs us $50. It is insane.
Yeah, like I remember getting the complete series to Space Dandy, and that was like $45. Now, granted, it's a 26 episode series, subbed and dubbed. So with something like that, I can excuse the price point. Oh yeah, it was also Blu-ray and DVD.
Okay,
I think the DVD part of it though is stupid. I personally think, like, it's just I feel like that artificially inflates the price of it.
Oh yeah, but still, like that Space Dandy Blu-ray set, that's more reasonable compared to My Hero Academia.
It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
you said. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, like I spent over $1,000 on my sister on Christmas, and it was the Blu-rays I thought I wasted money on.
Oh my god. I will say though, in Funimation's defense, they did make a really good Dragon Ball GT DVD release. It's actually a solid release overall. Of all the shows they got a decent version of, it's GT. They actually got it right. C, however, they're just gonna dump that out for obnoxious amounts of money and expect people to buy it with the worst transfers I've ever seen in my life. My God.
Even on their actual streaming service, it looks like crap.
Even the streaming service isn't even safe. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's not even 4x3 on their streaming service.
They just released the Blu-ray with 4x3. Why doesn't the streaming service have that?
They're posting screenshots of it on their Twitter and Instagram, and it's 16:9.
Oh my.
That's the Criterion channels, like with the Godzilla movies. They're in the regular old Toho transfers, but like in the Blu-ray set, they're the newer ones. I mean, like they're the upgraded ones that Criterion brushed up.
Yeah.
But but enough about Funimation. We lost like 2 viewers.
We got some Funimation shills in there. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I don't consume products. By the way, I'm definitely buy Ultraman Leo when it comes out 2 months from now.
I would buy the Mill Creek. Oh, I will say I will buy it. I would buy the rest of the Mill Creek stuff. I really would, but it's just those added sound effects really bother me. Like, I know that's more of a taste sort of thing, but it just distracts me so much. I can't really get into it that way, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. That's my biggest problem
for
with
that, though.
No, I know that was Super Riot, not Mill Creek, but it's just I don't like it. It doesn't mesh at all with the show sounds at like any point. So like, I mean, I still kind of want to support just because, you know, Ultraman's coming out, want to support that, but it's hard for me to do that. But I will try and get them eventually, just for like completion's sake, because I already own a few of them.
Oh yeah, Mill Creek has been doing like a fantastic job with their Ultraman releases.
I thought Return of Ultraman had it the worst with the added sound effects, which does say something, considering that is my favorite show, Ultra Show. So that means the sound effects, while distracting and annoying, and were the worst in any of the Ultra shows on the current transfers that Subaraya gave Mill Creek. It didn't hurt the quality of the show. I still love Return of Ultraman. So.
Oh, same. But yeah. Anyway, y'all might be more familiar with this than I am. But we have Digimon Adventure.
Okay, yep.
Let's see. The 2020 reboot of the original series leans heavily into the kaiju / giant monsters elements more than any past series in the franchise, with the exception of Digimon Tamers. It's itself becoming a hero kaiju versus Lovecraftian horror epic in its final stretch. The series is like Alice in Wonderland meets the land that time forgot, especially with the majority of the animalistic dinosaur-like races introduced in this incarnation of the digital world. Several episodes taking place in an artificially created Tokyo also takes heavy cues from Ultra 7 for good measure.
Huh.
Interesting.
I've seen the original Digimon show back on like Nicktoons when they still showed stuff like that. So I remember seeing the original. I have not seen this new one, but I've heard it's pretty good. I just need to.
Yeah,
watch it.
I heard some pretty good things about it. Also, Enshama's heading out. So yeah, I've got to go, but yeah, you get less with more money with Funimation. I got the 100 episode Blu-ray for Gatchaman for $55 from Sentai, but $75 for Gridman through Funimation. The hell?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
75? No way.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Jazzman's in the house.
Hey.
Hello, Jazzman.
Hey, what's up?
Jazzman.
What's up,
How's
dude?
it going, dude?
Yeah, we're talking about Kaiju and Tokusatsu related anime.
Speaking of anime, I'm all caught up on Attack on Titan.
Oh, we were just talking about that.
Dude, okay. So like 2 weeks ago.
You're
Sorry.
only allowed to talk about up to the Declaration of War episode because the rest haven't been aired on Toonami yet.
What?
Spoilers.
Are you talking about the most recent one?
Yeah, like don't talk
I'm
about.
not going to talk about anything about the new stuff. I'm just talking about like how I got started. So like I was in quarantine because I left for school right after my whole family and I got COVID. I didn't get COVID, but they just quarantined me anyway, just precaution. So I woke up and I'm like, fuck it. And I started watching the show. After that, I just watched a season a day.
Oh, nice.
Like nonstop.
That's how it was with season 3. I basically binged through it. Oh, I binged through that and pretty much the first 6 episodes of season 4 all in one day.
Dude, my favorite
Nice.
my favorite opening is the third one. The one where the second season starts. I think that's like the first one, that's iconic, but the second one pumps me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now we're talking about Digimon Adventure. Like a couple of y'all have shared your thoughts. I mean, I already said I'm not too familiar with it, but it's definitely interesting. I do hear some good things about it. Any more thoughts on this one before I pull up the next one?
I have 0. See, everyone else gets to shake their head, but I can't.
Just go.
Can you shake the image around? Maybe you can shake the image around. Maybe then it'll.
Nah, I'm just. This is my reaction to everything we're talking about.
Hey, Dillo,
Complete and utter shock.
when did you finish Breaking Bad? Because
I watched it. I originally watched the entirety of it back in like 2013, and then I just kept watching it over and over again.
All right, so now that we're done with Digimon Adventure. Next up, we got here in this list. I mean, we were just talking about Ultraman, but Ultraman Jonius is one I'm certainly interested in checking out. It was, I mean, it's a co-production between Subaraya and Sunrise. Sunrise being the company that is responsible for Mobile Suit Gundam, and I mean, I've been dousing myself in Ultraman lately. I finished watching Nexus. I love Nexus. I plan on watching Powered and Great sometime. Also, Tegan. I watched Tiga, but I plan on watching Dyna and Gaia. Also, I mean, I definitely plan on watching some of the new gen stuff. But Ultraman Jonius, aka the Ultraman, is one I really want to get to at some point.
Yeah, which that should be one of the shows. Like, I don't want to say coming up in terms of Mill Creek releases, but one of the shows after Ultraman Leo. So if they're still going to go in order after Ultraman Leo, that one should be very soon.
I think 80 is coming after Leo, but it won't be part of the Showa series for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, they're not doing the
This
for 80, which is really weird. But we're just gonna have to wait and see on that.
I'm here eating a whole bag of Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Any more thoughts on Ultraman Jonius before we get into the next one?
I am so happy he showed up in the Absolute Conspiracy.
Oh,
even if
yeah.
it was for a little bit. And
I really liked his inclusion in Absolute Conspiracy, and it honestly made me want to watch the show even more.
Yeah.
But any more thoughts on Ultraman Jonius before we continue?
Nope.
Same.
All right, so up next here, it's actually a bit of a personal favorite of mine. Not exactly kaiju related, but it does have some.
Don't pull a Devilman.
It's not Devilman.
Okay.
But Pat Labor is awesome. I watch. I only watch the OVA and the movie Trilogy, and it's a really, really awesome series. So basically the gist of Pat Labor is that it's set in a more like technologically advanced Japan where police officers pilot their own giant robots, and it's pretty awesome. It's got a lot of fun characters, some really dope action sequences, some great animation too, and the OVA and the first two movies in the trilogy are done by Mamoru Oshii. Before he worked on Ghost in the Shell, and he really came into his own in Pat Labor 2. And I mean, it's just some really awesome stuff. And there's an episode in the OVA that has Gyra from War of the Gargantuas.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's even an oxygen destroyer.
Yes. So actually,
Kind of. I don't know. I'm getting like flashes of RoboCop.
I mean, it's basically giant RoboCop.
Right. I mean, that's even the helmets the Detroit police officers are wearing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's probably an Ava ripoff. Not gonna watch it. I'm just kidding. It looks cool. It sounds cool.
it's not kaiju related, and you guys know I only watch kaiju. Actually, specifically only Godzilla. So anything else that isn't that, I just can't get into. You know.
Take him to Detroit.
That's a sad life, sir.
There's call out someone who was here like an hour ago. When we got done talking about Singular Point, he said, "All right, bye. Only came here for Godzilla," and he left. I was like, "Okay."
Oh, I seen that. I
was just like, "All right."
Oh no.
Man, he'd hate my podcast, but
Let's see here. But yeah, Pat Labor, I highly recommend watching it. I believe the OVA is still on YouTube, and I know the movie Trilogy is not. I watched it through not so legal means, as you should with more obscure anime. Screw anyone that tells you otherwise. Yeah, it's funny because it's always like voice actors saying it's like, oh, you have enough money to buy merch of your favorite anime, but not subscribe to our streaming service. It's like okay, one, Hulu, Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation. They have very different selections of anime, and they're already asking for bit of a price that's a bit more
$16.
Yeah. It's like hey, pirate that stuff, okay?
I agree. It's film. It's already been made. People deserve to see it.
I'm just hoping that like the stock market for like streaming services crashes and bomb. I just hope it goes right down the drain, and then we just have like a handful of them left after it's all done. Because it gets to the point where like I was never a guy who wanted to pirate things, Because if I was able to just go to one place and get most of the stuff I wanted to, it was fine. But just having all of these different streaming services with all this exclusive content here and there, it's unrealistic to have just random normal people like me to be able to afford all that. So yeah, of course you kind of push people to the point of just pirating it. Like people did not mind throwing money at Netflix to get a lot of stuff out there, but once every other company saw how successful Netflix was, they wanted their piece of the pie, and now it's just a headache.
Yep, just like everything, just like YouTube and like it's just pure capitalism, man. But yeah, that sucks.
So, I guess we're done with Pat Labor for now. And while we're on the topic of streaming services, this is one. This is available on one I actually quite recommend. Now it's free, but there are ads, but it's at least reasonable with the ads and
not Crunchyroll.
Don't tell anyone, but you can easily bypass the ads with ad blocker. Did not hear that from me, but Retro Crush has a great selection of classic anime. It's how I watched New Robo, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, Wicked City. They also have the second Urusei Yatsura film, which is phenomenal. I definitely plan on checking out some more stuff on there, especially since they have Voltes 5 and Giant Gorg. Just stuff that's been on my watch list for a while. And one of those shows is Demon Lord Dante, which is based on a manga from Go Nagai.
Oh.
Ooh, oh yeah, I'm interested in it.
Yeah, and I remember the Anime Hero kind of pointed out that in Godzilla King of the Monsters, when Ghidorah was roaring at the top of that volcano, and there's that cross. Apparently, it's a reference to Demon Lord Dante. And despite my feelings on Godzilla King of the Monsters, I honestly want to check it out a bit more because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I could put that aside. I could just skip through it and find Easter eggs and stuff like that. But
like the Pazuzu statue.
Oh yeah, yep.
So and any thoughts on I mean, not just Demon Lord Dante, but like Go Nagai in general. And for those unaware, Go Nagai is the creator of Mazinger Z, Devilman, one of the creators of Getter Robo. He also created Cutie Honey, and of course, Demon Lord Dante, as well as Violence Jack.
I really want to read Devilman. I've heard it's really good. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Oh, it's a phenomenal series.
It kind of sounds like something up my alley, like a subversion kind of manga almost, from what I've heard.
The movie's pretty good too.
Yeah, the 2004 movie, one of the greats.
Yeah. But
to be honest, the only I've been really wanting to get into Devilman, and the only exposure I have had of it was Crybaby,
which is good. Crybaby is good.
It's good. Unless Dr. Mifune was in here, his opinion would be little sour.
Yeah. It's the only adaptation of Devilman that adapts the entire story from start to finish. Not including the live action one. We don't talk about the live action one.
Though I wish the show was at least like 12 to 14 episodes long instead of 10.
Yeah.
Because like everything that happens in episode 10 is like, it's like, what the hell is going on? Like, it happens way too fast.
Yeah, like I feel ya. Personally, I prefer the Devilman OVAs, the Birth, Demon Bird, and Amon Apocalypse of Devilman. Those three are really good.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of Go Nagai, I watched the first half of the original Mazinger Z anime, and I am loving it. I mean, it's so awesome. It's basically if Ultraman was a giant robot.
Oh, okay.
And any more thoughts before we continue forward?
Remember Kiss Anime? That's off topic, but remember
Yeah,
Kiss
I
Anime?
remember them and their malware. Sweet
Yeah.
Malware.
You won't last 2 minutes with this game.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, those ads,
Oh.
dude. Oh.
They're terrible.
Joke's on you, I'm a minute man.
That's how I first watched Ava, was Kiss Anime. That was it.
Don't watch this with your parents in the room.
Dude, speaking of
Mom, get in here!
Speaking of Ava, I just finished the first rebuild. I'm gonna watch the next two in the next couple of days.
Speaking of Ava, I still need to continue reading the manga. I've been really busy lately.
Dude, 1.0 is like the first two acts are so fast paced, but I think the third act does it better than it does in the anime.
Right.
Whoa.
And Goodyear Fan 54 says, "Oh, the hentai heads."
Oh, they were everywhere. They were
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember, when you watch an anime on there, you gotta put it on full screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
monster attack. Click here. I'm like, no.
But so while we're off of that, this last anime that I want to talk about, it's not on the list, and Shoma gave me, surprisingly enough, but it's one I watched recently and I adore it. Ladies and gentlemen, or I guess all of you are gentlemen in here. How familiar?
Just assume my gender. No, I'm kidding.
How familiar are you guys with Getter Robo?
My exposure to him has been through Kaiju Noir on his channel.
Oh,
But other
yep,
than that,
yep.
I've not seen it. Like, you're showing me a lot of things here I haven't seen yet, and I want to, specifically the mecha stuff. Like, when I catch up to Ultraman, I'll get into Gundam and this type of shit, okay? But,
All right.
all right.
Yeah,
all right,
like
it will happen.
all right. Okay,
feel-
so I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, I feel really bad because mecha anime feels like something I really will love if I ever just sit down and watch it, but I just haven't yet. And stuff like this and like Gundam or stuff, I just look at it, I'm like, wow, that looks cool. I just need to watch it. So maybe when I do see it, I probably will love it. But I will say the design of, what was the name? You just said his name. So I just forgot his name.
Getter Robo.
Getter Robo. Yeah, he looks cool.
Although technically this is Shin Getter Robo that you're looking
so
at.
the Ano version. So the Ano version?
No. Shin means new, for God's sake.
Crunchyroll did just put the original Mobile Suit Gundam on there,
Yes,
so I might actually finally get around to watching it. I might actually finally watch it.
that they did, and I've actually been watching some of it lately, and I forgot how great that show was.
Is it good quality? The one on Crunchyroll? Is that one good quality?
Yes, it's
Okay.
good quality, and it has both sub and dub.
I'll probably just check the sub because a lot of people. I'm more of a sub over dub guy now. So
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
But yeah, basically the premise of Getter Robo, it's very similar to the first Pacific Rim movie because it's like the anime that Pacific Rim heavily borrows from in terms of like its overall concept. Like especially when you consider that Getter Robo requires 3 pilots in order to operate, and they have to like be in sync with one another. And they also fight not just dinosaurs, but dinosaur people that pilot cyborg dinosaurs.
Why have I
Okay.
not watched this?
Okay.
I need to see
And-
That sounds like something from Turok. I want to see the show. No.
They also fight goblins. Where did Big O where Big O go?
Did you get ejected?
He's there. He is.
I'm
You
fine.
good?
Nothing. I wanted to make a new picture without getting rid of this one.
Oh.
And the only way to let me is if I signed up, and when I did that, it just straight up just kicked me out of here.
Anyway, I'll talk about how Getarobo is awesome with the inclusion of dinosaur people and cyborg dinosaurs. However, they also fight goblins and other aliens, and it's awesome. And there are 3 shows I highly recommend. It's like the first one I highly recommend watching is New Getarobo, which only the dub is available on Retro Crush, but I think the dub is pretty fine. And after that, I highly recommend New Getarobo versus Neo Getarobo, which you'll have to watch through less than legal means. It's only 4 episodes long. It's a fun watch. It also has my favorite giant robot, Texas Mac, who's basically a giant cowboy robot who speaks.
He represents me.
Yeah, he represents us Texas folk. But
Yeehaw!
he speaks English and Japanglish, meaning everything he says is absolutely nonsensical, and it's awesome. And I forgot to mention that New Getarobo is 13 episodes long. But anyway, this screenshot is from Getarobo Armageddon, and like out of those 3, it is the best one in my opinion. It is, it's absolutely phenomenal. Like the characters are great, the animation is gorgeous, and it's on YouTube, and it's 13 episodes. So there are a decent amount of Getarobo shows out there, but those are the 3 that I highly recommend for any newcomer to the series.
Okay.
And I may or may not be making a video on Getarobo eventually. You didn't hear that from me.
You could thank me for that, by the way. I never requested it. I just pull some strings.
I got a question. That's off topic. Is AliExpress reliable?
I never use that, but okay.
I don't know. I figured some people are collectors. I don't know if they use it or not.
I use Baiyi, and Baiyi is pretty good.
I want to use Baiyi. I eventually will.
What's stopping you?
So, I didn't mean to cut y'all off, but anyway, that's pretty much all there was to talk about here in the stream when it came to Kaiju and Tokusatsu related anime. So right now it's open floor discussion. If any of you guys here in the chat want to ask us some questions, feel free.
Another question for
Martin says, is this show that crazy? Yes. Getarobo, it's not just that crazy, but it's just that awesome. Oh, and Shay also says, a mecha anime I highly recommend you check out is The Big O. It's like Batman the Animated Series, but everyone uses mechs. That's another one I've been meaning to watch for so long.
I really want to. Yet again, Kaiju Noir, his top 15 like mechs, robots, whatever. His video, he mentioned The Big O, and I was enthralled, especially with that pink helmet.
Andres he's awesome, and
Watch him.
And I just realized I forgot to put this up.
Oh
my! We gotta restart the stream. We gotta restart. Dude. We gotta restart.
Yeah.
Restart.
Feel free to check out my TeePublic after the video.
Yes. Anyway, we're talking about Godzilla Singular Point again. He's got a dump truck. like a wagon on that
I want
lad.
to slap that ass.
But anyway,
You're gonna make me act up. You're gonna make me do something I'm gonna regret.
but just kidding out. But yeah, open for discussion. Those in the chat, feel free to ask us anything. We'll get to your questions and talk about them. Just kind of keep the stream going.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey Dylan, are you excited for Better Call Saul season 6?
Yes, I am.
When are they gonna film it, dude?
I don't know. They eventually will.
I really hope Jonathan Banks pulls through.
I do hope so too.
Can't imagine what they're gonna do. I can't imagine what like season 3 of The Mandalorian's gonna do.
Who is your favorite mini bot? Asks Spiders Prime. Are you talking about like mini cons from Transformers or? Because from what I can recall, I really like Laserbeak from G1.
You know, I'm a bit of a wheelie type of guy. You know, I'm a bit of.
Optimus Prime was a mini bot, right? Oh, I'm just kidding.
That would be Haikyuu, his Power Master in the Marvel comics, which like if you plug him into Optimus Prime, that apparently makes him stronger according to his toy. or if you want to be a complete nerd weeaboo, there's his name is actually Jinrai. Because even though he looks like Optimus Prime, he's not actually Optimus Prime ? Let's see. Spiders Prime says no tiny Autobot vehicle of G. Oh, those mini bots. Okay, so like Huffer, Wind Charger, Beachcomber, like all those guys. Yeah, I really like Cliff Jumper. He's pretty awesome. Plus, he was voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Transformers Prime, and it's a shame they killed him after one episode.
My favorite Cliff Jumper moment is when he gets sliced in half in the Bumblebee movie.
I don't know what's up with Cliff Jumper dying in recent Transformers media.
I don't know. Starscream's died a lot.
Well, why is that a thing now?
That's just how it is.
Shay says, if you were to guess, how long do you think it would be until Toho does live-action Kaiju movies again? I mean, we already have Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman coming out. Shin Godzilla came out, and Shin Ultraman is coming out. So, I say that counts.
Yeah, I'd say that counts too.
Yeah. So, and there are rumors that they might do a Shin Ultra 7 if it's successful enough, which I mean, I don't buy it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go that route. So yeah, just kind of just weighing. Or actually, do you guys want to talk about Shin Ultraman for a bit?
No.
Yeah. I want to talk about Naronga.
Oh yeah, I'm really liking that design for Naronga as well as Gabora. I really like those designs.
I'd say something about them.
Yes.
So like the figures, they're literally the same figure mold, just a different head and
they are.
And that's mainly because Naronga and they come from the same suit, and so it's honestly a really nice homage.
I know, but why do they choose like two of the exact same kaiju just with different heads and spines?
I mean,
because they're awesome.
I don't know. I've never seen like a single episode of Ultraman, so I can't.
You should.
I've probably seen like
there's like five kaiju. I feel like about four original four classic Ultraman kaiju that reused the Baragon suit, and then there was another kaiju later down the road that reused the suit of an Ultraman monster that was based It's
Based.
confusing. Yes.
Wait, so there's
But-
like 30-something seasons of Ultraman, right?
Well, not 30-something seasons. There's probably 30-something shows.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like just one season of each show, right?
Yeah, even though some of the
Yeah.
seasons can go on about like 60 episodes.
Mm.
Yeah.
I will
Like,
say though, you can go, Dix.
I'd say like a great starting point would be Ultraman the Next, which you can watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a very amazing film.
Yeah.
And if you like it, then feel free to go ahead and check out the original Ultraman from 1966 because
yes.
because Ultraman the Next, it's basically modern day Ultraman 66.
Yeah, Ultraman the next is the like pretty much out of all the Ultraman shows I would personally recommend, even including ones I haven't seen yet, but just basing off of fandom opinion. The ones that you should definitely look out for are Nexus, including the movie Ultraman the Next, the first three Showa Ultra shows, and such. And not saying the others are necessarily bad, but those tend to be like the go-to ones to watch from the Showa era. Tiga, that one's
Tiga is awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
Larger than life.
Yep.
yeah.
It's a really good one. Oh, sorry.
Mebius is another one that a lot of people
Yep.
really love, and also from the Nugent stuff, like
Ultraman X is
X is great.
That's a really good rap.
X and Orb specifically are great. And hell, while Z didn't have the greatest story out of a lot of Ultraman stuff, I would say if you really like Showa style like shows more so, like one a modern Ultra show that gives off vibes of like a Showa Ultra show, Ultraman Z is definitely there. It definitely gives off that vibe personally for me.
I didn't really get that from Z. Honestly, I like I said, nothing really nice to say about Z. So, but
I will say Z isn't a bad starting point, but I will say if you do start with Z as your first, you will be confused on some of the story details.
Yeah.
Like the Belial fragments as one, like you're not gonna know who's Belial, why is this important?
yeah.
Like, and that just gets dropped anyway, so it's not like
Yeah, and Ultraman Jeed also appears in it. You're going to be confused, like, okay, who is this Jeed guy?
Yeah.
Why does he have a triple fusion? Like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah, I was watching the show before I even got around to watching Jeed. And I haven't even gotten to any of the Belial stuff prior to Jeed. So when I was watching Zed, I was like, oh, okay, this is odd.
It's Shay asks, are there any other currently running anime you guys are fans of aside from Attack on Titan? Recently, I watched Demon Slayer. I know that's not like running like currently, and I actually quite enjoyed it. It was pretty solid. I really like the music, love the animation. Inosuke is best boy. I really like the character dynamic between Tanjiro and Nezuko. I feel like you don't really see that kind of bond like anywhere else when it comes to modern anime. And one show I do want to get around to watching is Dorohedoro. I do hear that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it, but I did read One Piece, and I caught up with the manga. So if you definitely like,
you're caught up with One Piece?
I read. Hey, that's what quarantine does, man. Made me read the entirety of One Piece.
My God! Wow.
Oh, it was worth it though. It's legitimately great. Like, it's actually really good. Like, it actually deserves the length it has. Like, it's such a unique world. There's so much world building. The characters are great. Like, the character writing is what makes it so good. And like, yeah, I'm definitely a One Piece fan. Like, I definitely enjoy One Piece.
Oh wow,
And,
that is mad dedication right there.
Oh, it is dedication.
I got a series.
guess,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say just another one. Kaiju number 8. That's a new manga that came out. It's getting a ton of attention. Please check it out. It's a great series so far.
I've heard some pretty good things about it.
It's really enjoyable. Really enjoyable.
You're going to say something, Big O?
Oh, I am currently watching no other anime besides Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is the only anime that matters right now.
But I do plan on eventually later this year, if not soon, to finally get into some mecha stuff. I definitely plan on that. I definitely plan on touching on some Gundam and some Getter Robo, like Davis was talking about earlier.
and Mazinger Z.
And Mazinger Z. God, man, you're really Jesus Christ. You know, I don't think I'll ever donate to your Patreon now because of that.
Ooh. Say goodbye to the T Public. That's
Yeah, say goodbye to that. I own all those designs now.
You're talking about watching new anime? Or I guess it's not new, but you know how the character designer for Singular Point, like you know about her, she did all the manga for it. Blue Exorcist. Have you heard of that show?
I've definitely heard of it, and
Yeah.
and I'm going to pull up Professor Kaiju here. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Well, Blue Exorcist, it's like, you know, it's the son of Satan wants to be an exorcist. But like exorcists are like badasses in this world. There's like hell, then earth, two different worlds. Can't explain it. But the first season came out in 2011. The second season came out in 2017. And the reason season 2 isn't really like a sequel. It's more of like a rewrite, kind of like, oh, this is how it ends. Because after episode 17 of the first season, it kind of goes off on its own, strays away from the manga. So anything after episode 17 is where season 2 picks off. Because there's a major event that happens in the show, and it just gets shrugged off like the next episode because they got to get to the ending. But I've only seen the first episode, but so far it is right after episode 17, and the characters have more weight to what this big event happened. So I don't know.
I hate to cut you off, but we now have Nick, aka Sentinel Prime's Chin, also known as GameScholar 13. One of my good friends / Patreon supporters. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got home from work.
Nice. And the question here is, are there any other currently running anime you guys are fans of aside from Attack on Titan? And now, like, when it comes to Attack on Titan, we're only allowed to talk about up to the Declaration of War episode. Anything past that is big no-no.
Okay, well, good thing you taught me. Yeah.
Shay, did you ever see Neon Genesis?
Who are you talking to? All of us?
Shay Smithers.
So, Nick, are you watching anything else aside from Attack on Titan currently?
Off the top of my head, not really. I'm mostly just waiting for other stuff to come out at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm just looking forward to that new Attack on Titan episode. Which, by the way, if you're single on Valentine's Day, don't worry. New Attack on Titan episodes got you.
That's the only 69 that I'm getting on Valentine's Day.
It is episode 69.
Dude, I get to see Monkey Boy Zeke episode 69 on a Sunday for Valentine's Day. Best day of all time.
69.
And we got 3 more viewers just for that joke.
What's this? David's subscriber count's jumping up in the thousands. Oh my gosh, dude!
But all right, so I guess we're done with that question. And next one we got: which '90s animated series do you think is better, Godzilla the animated series or Kong the animated series? I heard not so pretty things about the Kong animated series, but I did enjoy the Godzilla '98. I almost called it an anime for a bit, but the Godzilla '98 cartoon.
Do you want to hear a fun fact? Do you want to hear a fun fact about the Godzilla animated series?
Oh, now you called it an anime.
No, okay. So the main guy in the animated series is like the voice is Ian Ziering. He's the main star of Sharknado.
Oh.
I was not aware of that.
And his career went. Let me tell you, his career went a new high for Sharknado. Then, wow.
I'm more of a Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus kind of person. No, Sharktopus. Sharktopus.
Oh, like my favorite
like
James
the
Bond
concept,
movie,
yeah.
Octopussy.
But yeah, I enjoyed the '90s Godzilla cartoon for what it was. I thought it was a pretty neat follow up to the '98 film, considering that Godzilla's 2 and 3 weren't gonna happen after that.
Yeah, I agree. It was pretty solid. Felt like a proper sequel.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially since Mechagodzilla's in it.
Yeah, they took a lot of liberties. If everyone noticed how many monsters that are not Toho monsters, but they're Toho monsters.
Oh yeah, I remember watching they actually had a DVD for, I believe it was called the Monster Wars trilogy.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I was thinking, I remember watching it as a kid, and I was like, is that Rodan? Is that Mothra? Is that Kumanga? Is that King Ghidorah?
By the way, Kamanga is an S tier kaiju, and you cannot dispute that.
I agree.
Yep, he's one of the very few kaiju to actually take down Godzilla for a bit. Put him on the ropes.
It was actually Manila that kind of came in and saved Godzilla's ass. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and in fact, Minya gave off the finishing blow to King Ghidorah and destroy all monsters.
Manila is just the wild card. Okay, people pull him out in desperate times.
But still, you gotta admit,
He's
Son
a
of
true
Godzilla
hero. He's a true
is
hero.
definitely like S tier.
Yeah.
Also, I was going to say, side note, and speaking of the 98 Godzilla series, do you guys know that one commercial where it's like the kid walking outside?
Oh,
and
I know what you're talking about.
It's like, you guys watch Fox Kids?
Oh yeah, the girl like
No.
fucking
It's
dies,
like,
right?
well, you should watch Godzilla, and the girl gets eaten by Godzilla. It's like,
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
I love war.
Can you screen share it?
Yeah, please. I've never seen that.
Let's see here. Let me find it on YouTube real quick. I am getting a new laptop, so like when I screen share it, it's gonna be really choppy when I show it.
Do you mind if I plug a podcast real quick? Kaiju Transmissions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, like they have a great Godzilla 98 like commentary. It's a lot of information on there. It's really entertaining. I'm just saying, like, it's the only relation to 98. That's why I recommend it, because it's a good resource.
Let's see here.
I would also recommend the Evil Ashura Haunted podcast that you can no longer watch on YouTube.
Man, that's throwback right there.
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
Yeah. Anyway, I do have it pulled up. Sorry if it's like choppy as all heck. Because my stupid laptop that's so outdated. But here.
We can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it?
That's right.
The audio is low.
I can
It's
hear
just
it,
really
but it's
quiet.
very,
Turn it
very
up.
Yeah,
Turn it up.
Turn it up on YouTube.
Here. Can you hear it now?
Not really.
Yeah,
You'll get to the part where Godzilla eats the girl.
Yeah!
This comes out of nowhere.
It paused.
based. That's pretty
Paused.
based.
It paused.
She's okay though.
Oh, she's fine though. That's boo. I don't like that part.
What?
My laptop is like dying right now. Yeah, I really need to. Well, I mean, I did buy a new laptop. I'm just waiting for it.
Get a gaming PC. Get one.
Can't afford that kind of stuff. But yeah, Godzilla '98 cartoon, pretty solid, pretty all right.
It didn't need to be as good as it was. They really didn't have to try that much, but they did.
Yeah. All right. Any more thoughts on it?
No.
All right. So next question is, what are your thoughts on the King Kong 76 Blu-ray release?
Cinema.
Don't tell Big Jig.
He already knows. He already got his pre-order, and I'm honestly really looking. I'm honestly really looking forward to it because it's the first time this movie is actually getting a Blu-ray release here in America, and it has the extended TV cut. Which, I mean, wow, huge props to Shout Factory for that.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Want to hear fun fact?
Cinema.
Want to hear a fun fact about Dino De Laurentiis, who distributed or produced King Kong '76?
Go ahead.
Okay, so he also produced and distributed Orca, which is a 1977 ripoff of Jaws. And he wanted to have King Kong and Orca fight.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's from
interesting.
Oh
John
yeah, I
LeMay's
think I heard
books.
about that.
That's what?
It's from John LeMay's books, but
Wait, hold on.
He has it, doesn't he?
yes, I'm actually sort of in that book.
Dude, I just spilled so many fucking crumbs everywhere, dude. Damn it. Damn
But
it.
yeah. Anyway, I like King Kong Lives better than 76. Don't pitchfork me.
Oh no! You're
Both
totally
are
fine.
cinema.
Yeah, like I think
That's
King
it.
Kong
No,
Lives is a good movie.
Yeah, I
King
think
Kong
it's
Lives
a
is
lot.
good. There's no shame in liking it at all.
Okay,
Oh,
because
sorry,
I really
sorry.
don't like 76. I could not believe how disappointed I was when I first saw it. And this is coming off from watching 33 first, then 2005, then 76. But
I'm not the biggest fan of the 76 one. I don't know if that's unpopular, but I'm not that big of a fan of 76. It didn't do
Yeah.
it for me.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen 76 in a very long time. Like I caught it on TV a long time ago when I was a kid, and I liked it. But there were just some parts of it that I didn't particularly like. Like the part that sticks out to me a lot that I remember was I think it was like when Kong uses his finger and he pulls down Dwan's top for like a second.
Yeah,
As a
that's
kid, I was just like, why did they need to do that?
that's pretty sus.
exploitation.
Sorry, King Kong. You're acting pretty sus there. I'm gonna have to vote you off.
Kong.
Also, I really don't like what they did with Skull Island. They made it so lame. Like,
Yeah,
it's just a
where's the
wall.
dinosaurs?
No, they got a wall. They just got a wall and a
Oh,
snake.
okay.
That's all they got
Wall,
there.
snake,
Everything.
giant monkey.
No T-Rex, no. Speaking of that, John LeMay actually found a YouTube video of like Carnosaur's the 93 Carnosaur like edited against 76 Kong. It could have totally been in that movie. I would like him slapping a T-Rex around. It'd be so cool.
Didn't John LeMay write the King Kong book?
Yep,
Yeah,
you did.
he did.
Well, I think it's so cool that he made the Jaws one too.
Yeah, I gave him an article in that one that if he didn't get that last piece in there, he wouldn't be able to publish that book because he'd have to make a volume 2.
This book?
Yep.
What article did you give him?
The John Brosman one. John Brosman made Carnosaur, which I covered that film, but that's not really related. But yeah, you'll find me in there.
Your name or what?
Joey Plinkus.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, I kind of want to support this release because this is kind of unique.
Oh yeah,
But,
it totally is.
It's the artwork's pretty cool. As much as I don't like the film, I'm kind of hopeful they'll do something with King Kong Lives. That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, like I really hope King Kong Lives gets a Blu-ray.
Please. Yeah, I've actually recently bought the 76 King Kong on DVD, and I don't really buy DVDs anymore. I only buy things on DVD if it just does not have a Blu-ray or 4K release. But the same day I bought that, I also bought let me get closer. I gotta remember the name of it. Rega, the God of the Monsters, whatever. I got that the same day as that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Very cheap. Very cheap. Didn't cost me a lot.
All right, so I guess we're done talking about King Kong 76 Blu-ray.
I
Yep.
really want to see the King Kong Lives 4K and him getting a transplant. That'd be something great to see.
Oh, yeah.
Man, yeah.
A 4K 60 frames per second on the biggest screen imaginable.
4K 60
Linda
frames per second.
Hamilton. Yeah.
4K 60 frames per second of Kong getting circumcised.
What the-
Wait, I can see Baby Kong in 4K. Oh, now that's a scene that was pretty weird. Remember the baby that comes out of nowhere in King Kong Lives, just at the very end of the movie?
Well, I mean, Baby Kong didn't come out of nowhere. I mean, there was build up to him.
Yeah, I know, but like the execution though, he's on the verge of death, just like, hey, look, child. And he just died.
Did you want to see big monkey sex?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
It would have been funny if the suit actors had to portray that.
Anyway, moving on. What are your thoughts about the upcoming movie trilogy for Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway's Flash? I mean, I know none of y'all don't really know much about Hathaway's Flash, but I'm interested in it. I do hear mixed things about the story that it's based on, and how Hathaway is supposed to be like a huge simp in it. But yeah, I'm interested in checking it out. Gojira Fans 54 says Valentine's Day. Sorry, I think you mean Attack on Titan Sunday. Yeah, let's go.
69,
69, baby.
Yeah. Let's see here. Shay says, Joey, I've not, since you asked about Evangelion, heard some say it was great, others say it's massively overrated. I will eventually try getting around seeing it for myself.
Yeah, I mean, people have told me that too, and I'm like, I'll check it out. And I went in with no expectations, and it really grew fast on me. But
all right, Martin asks, what are your thoughts on the 4K restoration special edition of Godzilla 2014? And do you think they'll include the Akira Takarada deleted scene as a bonus feature?
They better.
they can't.
I don't see that happening. I just hope that it's actually a good restoration, because the home video transfers on 2014 have been trash.
The 3D version is like the actual version, like that's what it's supposed to look like. But the Blu-ray, they just went, no, let's put an extra filter on it. Like, why? Why would you do that?
The reason why the 3D is brighter, though, is because when you put on 3D glasses, most movies become a little darker. So they had to brighten it up a bit in order to actually, when you put the 3D glasses on, you're supposed to see it the intended way, but the intended way is not the right way.
Well, I mean, if they intended for it to be that dark, they had no business making a movie like that. You didn't get to see anything really the whole movie, then it just doesn't work for Godzilla.
Yeah, I was in theaters when I saw it. It didn't look like that. And then I got it on Blu-ray, and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
I thought that was just me. Like, I remember when I saw it on home release, and I was like, I do not remember it looking this dark in the theaters.
Yeah.
All right, Shay Smithers asks, what are the most overrated kaiju movies?
Here we go.
Okay, if we get into this,
1954, obviously.
Fired. Get him out. No.
I got a good one.
That was-
I got a
that was good.
good one that's gonna probably offend people if they see it.
As I was saying, I was just gonna say, we open up this can of worms. Just don't. It's our opinions.
Yeah, like I also want to clarify, overrated does not mean bad in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
And also, if it's a movie you just really hate, I just want to say, keep it civil. Don't throw a bunch of F-bombs or be.
I'm gonna throw a tantrum.
We can also, after this, we can talk about some underrated ones, right?
Oh yeah, please.
Yes.
Follow-up.
Oh yeah, totally. So who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Oh, you know, go ahead.
Okay, because I got a juicy one. I don't hate this movie, by the way, in any regard. I actually still think it's good. I think Gamera 3 is very overrated. I'm just throwing that out there. I think it's overrated.
Like, is it just talked about too much?
It's just like, I think the movie's aged in a lot of ways. A lot of the effects have aged. I think a lot of the Corey, like I think that movie has some really bad shaky cam. Like I don't think enough people bring
Yeah.
that up. Like the aerial fight is like you can't see anything. It's
Yep.
very shaky. I think some of the characters are really like I didn't understand why they were there. Like you know those two guys that capture the girl who's attached to Iris. I don't know why they were there because they just show up and then they immediately die like right afterwards. But there's still a lot to like in it though. Like I like the returning characters. I like majority of the story I think is very interesting, and the continuity it holds over from the original is great. That first scene with Gamera and the Gauss, that is a great scene. I love that part. But everything else, like there's just things I'm not as big as a fan of as other people are, but I understand why people love it. I just don't think it's best Gamera film of all time. Guardian of the Universe, though, is my favorite. I think Guardian and Legion is better, if you ask me.
I can see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
go ahead.
My personal favorite is Legion. Like I will stand by the opinion that Gamera 2: Advent of Legion is the greatest kaiju movie ever made. That's just my opinion.
You know, I agree with
Legion's
that.
one of the best kaiju effects ever made. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
When people mention the Gamma trilogy, like they get past that point where they just watch Beyond Godzilla, they always mention the third one. So I could see why, you know, I agree with that. I still like it. It's a good movie. I mean, but it is overrated.
All right. Anyone else want to go next?
I need it a little longer, so please someone take over.
Okay, I'll go
Alright.
next. Shin Godzilla.
That is understandable because actually, I'll let you take the floor on this one before I share my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, they act like it was the most groundbreaking Godzilla movie. I just think it's the most groundbreaking Godzilla movie in our lifetime, for better or worse. I think that's why it had such a big, you know, and the hype up to it. I got on the hype train because I was just excited to see Godzilla come. Like, cool. That means we'll get more DVD releases of other films, hopefully. But yeah.
Yeah, and just to share my thoughts on it, I love Shin Godzilla, but I totally get why you would think that way, and I think that mainly has to do with how during the Millennium era of Godzilla films, no one really cared about Godzilla all that much. And according to Andres, when Godzilla 2014 came out in Japan, no one really cared too much about that one either. So that's basically, let's see, Destroyer was 95. So like 21 years? 21 years since that. It's like Godzilla is back in the Japanese public eye.
Yep.
And now it's this huge thing, being this like long living film icon, and he essentially becomes the face of the very franchise at that point. It's like everywhere you go when it comes to Godzilla stuff, it's always Shin Godzilla. There's a Shin Godzilla statue. The 65th anniversary logo was Shin Godzilla, and also won like tons of awards at Japanese movie award ceremonies and all that. Also had a huge marketing push, and this is another thing that Andres told me. It's gotten to the point where instead of referring to him as Godzilla, they just say Shin Godzilla, as if Shin is his first name and Godzilla is his last name, like Shin-chan. So yeah, I totally get what you mean by when you say Shin Godzilla is pretty overrated.
Yeah.
Can I talk about some underrated movies?
Did anybody want
we're talking about overrated movies now.
Oh, okay. So I'll zone out because I didn't want to get any spoilers.
Oh,
Wait, spoilers for Shin Godzilla? You haven't seen it?
No, for Gamera 3. I've only seen Gamera.
Oh, okay.
I've only seen the one that you gave me. I've only seen Guardian of the Universe. Which I
gave you the other two.
Yeah, you gave me the other two. I just haven't.
and the Brave.
I heard that Guardian of the Universe is like the best cinematography out of all of them.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah, I'd say Legion has the best cinematography in terms
Yeah,
of
I
camera
agree.
work. Yeah.
I will say, I think Gamera Guardian Universe has the best miniature work of the Heisei movies, though. I will say that.
I mean,
that can be debatable, but that's just me.
Gamera 2 is the most exceeding. I will say, like, out of anything I've ever seen filmed with practical effects in kaiju, in the same sentence, it's incredible.
Oh
But,
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Legion is beautiful.
And the problem is, it's still underrated. But
Yep, I'm fine with that. Anyone else got an overrated kaiju movie they want to talk about?
I kind of got one. I literally had to look at my letterbox real quick and just see like any of the rankings I got. And I thought I had some unique opinions about some things, but when we start talking about it, I don't. Like, I think the only one I have the closest to like saying it's overrated, even though in recent fan of opinion, many people have been looking down on this film and to other films within the series, this continuity. But I guess I gotta say, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, 1993.
I agree.
That's like the closest one I could think of. But even then, in recent times, some people have been kind of looking down on it. But I remember for the longest time when I was growing up, many people, it was like always in people's like top 10s, top 5s. I even seen a few people have number 1. I've actually seen people defend that movie to their grave for no reason, not because I didn't share the same opinion. It's just it's like, even if you give a passive criticism to it, they just like they defended it with their with just everything in their might. But yeah, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla to me is like the one Mechagodzilla that has the one Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla movie that has no point to be a Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla movie.
Well, the 90s were a pretty rough time for Godzilla, honestly.
Yeah.
I personally dislike this part of Godzilla's history the most. But that being said, though, this one, I agree. I've seen that on top 10 lists, top 5 lists. I'm like, what?
Yeah, definitely.
I will defend King Ghidorah of the 90s. I will defend King Ghidorah, though.
Yeah, King Ghidorah is a solid time. It's a solid time.
Confusing plot, but very entertaining.
Also, real quick, we have probably the most popular person to ever come on any of my streams, because people always ask where he is whenever he isn't here, and oh no. I don't have the StreamYard subscription thing, so we're only limited to 6, and this is a 7th guy.
We can't reveal him. I can't do it because you guys can't see me.
Oh no!
Well, see you later.
Wait, who's who? Man.
I was gonna say I could dip out. It's fine.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to take one for the team like that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
All right. Okay. Do you want to talk about what you believe is an underrated kaiju movie real quick before you go?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Still to this day, I'm a big Jun Furuka fan. Hidora's probably one of my favorites. Probably number 2. But the most underrated one is Son of Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I'm totally on board with that.
It's not bad. It's pretty entertaining.
And
do people hate Son? Because I don't know why they would.
A lot of people still call it like boring, tasteless. It sucks, and I'm like, no, it doesn't.
People just aren't fun. They're not.
It's always exciting and thrilling and fun, and I'm like. It clicked for me, so
So okay, so Joey, Sean is here. And,
Sean, hey man.
Yeah, and like, are you absolutely sure you want to take one for the team?
Yeah, we can always do it again. I mean,
all right. Well, I guess in that case, take it easy, man.
Yep. You guys all do. Take it all easy. Nice meeting y'all. Hopefully we'll be able to do this more often. So,
bye. I'll make sure I'll get a webcam
nice
eventually.
It's
See you
nice
guys.
meeting you.
Yep, nice meeting you too. Bye.
Take it easy, Joey. Well,
All right, get the 10-year-old in here. There he is.
yeah. What's up, Sean?
Hey,
Hello.
hey, newsflash, dope. Godzilla vs. Godzilla 2 is a bad movie. Just saying.
Can I see an underrated movie?
Dude, I just want to say one quick thing, Davis. I'm sorry that Joey had to leave. I feel really bad.
It's all right.
Great. I was listening earlier. He was great on the show, dude.
Yeah, I was very happy he was able to come on. But yeah, we're talking about what we think are overrated kaiju movies.
Okay. I actually would have to agree with what Dope was saying earlier, and it would have to be Godzilla vs. Godzilla 2, because yeah, he's right in that the movie does get a lot more flack nowadays, but dude, you should have seen how much praise that movie was getting years ago. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
do you know, like, Dope, I don't know if you remember this, but there were times in the past when, like, I was openly like, yeah, I don't think it's that great, and dude, people attacked me for it.
Yes, it was really because I at least was on the internet around the time where a lot of people still positively viewed the Heisei series a lot, because at the time a lot of like Godzilla YouTubers and stuff like that generally grew up around that time and were more fond of the Heisei series. And so with that, a lot of people's opinions were like that. Hell, my opinion was like that. I actually did consider Mechagodzilla 93 as one of my favorite Godzilla movies until I got a little older.
I used to think Destroyer was one of my favorites.
Yeah, similar opinion. The Heisei era used to been one of my favorite, used to been my favorite Godzilla era, and then I got older and I realized how much I genuinely love Showa Millennium, but it also could be a factor since out of all three of the main eras, those were the two I grew up the most on. So,
Well,
yeah.
there's two movies in the Heisei. Well, and if you want to be technical, one in the Heisei. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the Heisei timeline, that I can definitely say are two of the best in the series.
Yeah.
King Ghidorah is watchable though.
King Ghidorah is a fun time. It's a solid romp.
Yeah. Now for an underrated, were you guys talking about underrated ones?
Yeah, we were starting to.
Okay. I have to say Son of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
yes,
Joey also said Son of Godzilla.
is it silly? Sure, but like there's so much heart and soul in that movie. The human characters are really likable. Also, I don't mind Minya in that movie personally. I actually think he's tolerable in that movie personally.
I don't know why people have such a hatred for just a small child. Like he didn't do anything.
And
It's a child. They suck. No, I'm just kidding.
And that last scene in the snow is so touching.
Cinema,
Yeah.
true cinema.
It's
True
it's great. And I actually have to agree with Joey, especially in this latest viewing. I also enjoy Hedorah. It's a fun time.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I was actually planning on making a review of that, and then I just lost the. I just kind of procrastinated.
I feel really
So I
bad.
never got to it.
I feel really bad because I really don't like Hedorah like at all. I really don't like
I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I love
No,
70s dude. I love the 1970s movies, dude.
No, so do I. It's just Hedorah was the one that I never liked. I honest to God I've given it chances. It never did it. I've always just came out not in a good mood.
Do you at least like Hedorah though?
Oh, Hedorah's the best part of the movie. Like,
Yes!
such a cool.
He's
Because
great.
I was about to say it's like you got to be realistic here, all right? You can't. There's no way in hell you cannot like Godzilla vs. Hedorah and not like Hedorah in the movie. The best Godzilla monster, without a doubt.
Well, Dope, you also gotta admit this. The suit looks great.
Oh, it does. That's one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
main reasons why. And one reason why I love the Hedorah suit so much is because it kind of reminds me of an owl. Since the eyes never move and he constantly is turning his head to look around.
Yeah.
Really like
And he's played by none other than Ken Petro Satsuma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the same guy who played Bulgasari.
That's his
Yeah.
only other notable role too.
Yeah, Pulgasari's the go-to role.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys I asked so when Kenpachiro Satsuma appeared at Sun and Monster Palooza years ago, I asked him during the Q&A straight up, what was it like working on Pulgasari? And you know what his response was?
What?
But
Oh, it was easy.
That suit did look decently comfortable.
oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
he wasn't aware. He wasn't like the rest of the production team. He wasn't aware of what was going on behind the scenes, but he said working on the movie was easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I believe he on record has said that the Pulgasari suit was like the most comfortable suit he ever worked in.
I actually don't mind that suit. I think the eyes are a little dopey looking, but I think the suit looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great. I want to try to get one of the Mondo things for it.
Same. If they don't sell out within like a minute, like when they're back up, it's like, oh, everyone cares about Pulgasari all of a sudden. Okay.
He's bootleg Daimajin.
Nick, have you shared your thoughts on overrated and underrated kaiju movies yet?
Not yet, but I was gonna say it's appropriate because I was gonna say for underrated, I was going to say Son of Godzilla.
Hey,
Wow, I'm noticing a trend here.
here, hey, internet high five.
It was always one of my favorites as a kid.
Internet high five.
Which hand?
Other hand. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, no, there's no shame that Son of Godzilla is a genuinely good movie.
I think it was because when I was a kid, a lot of it reminded me a lot of myself and my dad. Like specifically, like the scene where Minya is jumping over Godzilla's tail while he's sleeping. That reminded me a lot of like when I was younger and I was like, my dad was sleeping on the couch while I was over playing with like my toy trains or something like that, and he was just like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, I love the look when Minya trips on his tail that one part, and Godzilla wakes up and he's like,
Yeah. It's like,
and he's like, "All right, go back to sleep." And he's like,
"Dad, go back to sleep."
Yeah, it's so good.
Can I say an underrated movie?
Yeah, go for it.
Colossal with Anne Hathaway.
I haven't.
I only saw that once.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember it
it's
being
pretty good.
I remember it being kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's very it's not talked about like nearly as much as it should. It's not really a monster movie like for the entirety. It's kind of like a genre blend. It's a monster comedy drama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Nick, do you have an overrated kaiju movie?
Overrated. That's a pretty hard one because I consider myself a very easy person to please. Generally speaking, there are very few movies, especially within like kaiju and stuff, that I dislike. The only one I can think of that I would consider overrated is honestly, for me personally, Hedorah. Since I've seen a lot of people say
Really? Huh.
like, as in, I've seen a lot of more people recently saying, "Oh, it's extremely underrated. It's actually really good." And personally, I understand why. I just personally don't like it. I find it kind of boring. It's just a lot of nothing. But that said, I do understand why people do appreciate it. Like, I find the sort of experimental nature of it very interesting, and Hedorah is a very cool monster.
One thing I will say, even though I really like the movie, one thing I will agree with in terms of problems with that movie, I do think the last fight goes on a little too long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was, like, the big problem for me, was that I thought that fight was just a little bit too dragged out.
And then the flying scene.
There is a scene in Hedorah that goes on for like 4 minutes of him just walking in a straight line towards flashing lights, and it goes on for a while. I remember that scene specifically.
My underrated kaiju movie. I'm gonna break the trend here. I'm gonna break it.
You being the breaker of trends there, Bill?
Yes. It's gotta be Gamera the Brave. It's gotta be Gamera.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Brave. And then the reason why is because I have not really met anyone who's outright hated Gamma the Brave. I haven't really met a lot of people who actively talk about it. But the main reason why I'm saying overrated is that you will always find these people who like love the living hell out of the Heisei Gamera trilogy so much that when they watch Gamera the Brave, it just like it like makes their stomach upset because it's just not as good as them. Like I've seen so many movie reviews on that on Gamera the Brave, where they just have to compare it to Gamera Revenge of Iris. They just have to. It's just a go-to thing, and it's so irritating. It really is, and that makes them just think, oh, it's okay. It's like whatever. It's not as good, Like they always say, the good old, how do you follow up how do you top the Heisei Gamera trilogy? Here's the thing, you can't. Like they say that type of thing, and it frustrates me. Gamera the Brave is one of the most sincere kaiju movies ever made. It has a lot of soul. It has a lot of heart. It was a genuinely great time watching it for the very first time when I got the Arrow video box set. I genuinely I just love that movie a lot, and it really pains me that it just doesn't get the attention it does. And when people do talk about it, they always have to compare it to the Kaneko trilogy. That really just disappoints me. It is its own thing that, while is inspired by both Showa and Heisei, it should be looked upon as its own Gamera story, its own telling of character. Yeah, it's great. Gamera the Brave, just it deserves more respect and love. It really does. And plus, it has some of the best tokusatsu effects in any kaiju film within the genre.
And it's got the salary man from Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the villain. No, I here's one thing though. I don't know if I hold it against the movie, but I think maybe is one of the problems why a lot of people were disappointed. Even though I think the movie's great, and I've never had a problem with that movie, but I think the title Gamera the Brave is a bit misleading because it's about. If it was called, this might sound stupid. If it was called Gamera the Next Generation, I thought that would be a little more.
I heard Gamera the Brave is just ET, but it's like
good
giant monster.
It is good.
I'm messing around.
Well, you're saying you don't like the scene where they have to like shock ET? Like you don't remember that?
I wanted them to kill ET. I'm kidding.
Chris, the first thing I ever saw from that movie, and I was so confused. Like, what are they doing to that poor alien?
Chris, have you seen any of the Gamera movies?
Only Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Cool.
I like the part when Gaius comes down and it's like you just can't hear him. He's just in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Heck, even Roger Ebert gave it a thumbs up. So Guardian of the Universe has got to be good.
Listen, I like Roger Ebert, but he gave it a thumbs up for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, he was liking the movie ironically.
No, but thumbs up's a thumbs up, though. I mean, I'm just saying, thumbs up is still thumbs up.
Cool. Have you said what's your underrated kaiju movie?
Megalon. No, I'm just kidding. Legitimately though, if I had to pick, like this is like top 3 for me. Like, and it gets overshadowed by the movie that preceded it. It's always been for me. Astro Monster has always been like one of my absolute favorites of any Toku. I love that movie so much. I think the characters are interesting. It's an invasion plot that is actually like really well thought out. I love the villains despite how kind of stupid they look.
I mean, Monster Zero. It's I'd say it's a quintessential 60s sci-fi film. It has everything that makes the genre so good.
Absolutely.
And yeah, there's not a ton of monster action, but the human characters are so good. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like they're like Nick Adams. He is an absolute honker of a man, but he also is he does a great job. If you watch the English dub, like he really gives a good performance.
Oh yeah.
And they're just all the characters are really likable. They all have arcs of some kind, and it's just a really well paced movie too. And it's got a lot of charm. And yeah, it's got that little bit of that goofy 60 like sci-fi bit, but that's kind of why I like it too. Like it's just a really fun movie to watch, and it's got the dance. It's got the dance. You can never forget the dance. And also the soundtrack is one of my favorites. And I just love that movie to death. I think it deserves
more recognition. It's kind of getting more recently, but I feel like since Ghidra came before it, it doesn't get as much attention. But that's just my view.
I like Ghidra a little more. Sorry.
No, that's valid. That's valid. That's valid.
I will say, comparing Japanese cut wise, Monster Zero is better.
Is that a cow? What the hell is that noise? It sounded like a cow was moving into the
I thought that
microphone.
was a harmonica.
It was an
Well, it's
Among
not
Us
for me.
meme.
Was it what?
Wait,
Among Us.
why are you looking at Among Us memes? We're talking about kaiju movies.
Green is sus.
What? Oh,
there he goes.
That's what I was saying.
I've never
but,
played Among Us, so I have no comment.
But like, I think Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster is a better movie when comparing the American cut to Astro Monster. But the Japanese cut, however, I think Ghidorah is a bit weak on that side, just because I feel like the American cut tends to clean up the pacing a bit.
Oh, Godzilla with terrible language.
Yeah, that also helps too.
Wait,
Though I hate they have like a translator for the Mothra song in the movie during the TV broadcast. That always was so distracting.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that they actually fixed the editing for the Champion Festival cut of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster
By putting it only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They got to the good parts.
Yeah. Chris, did you talk about your underrated and overrated kaiju movies?
I said my underrated, Colossal.
Oh yeah, you're underrated. But what's your overrated?
I don't know. I had all this time to think, but I just didn't think about it.
What the heck, Chris? Why are you even here in the first place?
He just exists.
Bragging rights.
Overrated.
Yeah, you just say anything.
King of the Monsters.
I'd say when it first came out.
You're really stirring the pot with that.
Yeah, when it first came out.
I'd say when it first came out, I'd say that.
Yeah,
but recently, it's been a lot more divided. It's been a lot more divided recently.
It's not a good movie.
I saw like this Twitter post from this person that I won't name. Not because it's nobody really of note within the fandom. It's not like any drama or something's gonna happen. But I remember I just read this Twitter post where someone was like, "This movie's made by the fans, and the critics didn't get it." And then right after that, they're like, "I hate them." Like this person was seething with rage over the critics. It was insane.
I think Kong Skull Island is the best MonsterVerse movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
is.
I'm more in the 2014 camp, but that's fair. I can see why people like Kong more.
I mean, 2014 is like a legitimate film. Like it's actual cinema.
Yeah. Dude, true story. I took a friend of mine to go see King of the Monsters with me when it came out. I apologized to him when the movie was over for putting him through that.
My friends thought the movie was like so cool. They kept talking about it, and they were like, and then they looked at me as like, "Hey, since you're the Godzilla fan here, what was your thoughts?" And I think King of the Monsters is a fine time, but I remember when I came out of the theater, I was disappointed, really badly. And when they told me that, I didn't want to make them feel like I just didn't enjoy that, because they knew how excited I was, and they probably didn't want to hear me get all like start griping about the movie. So I just went, I like that they made Ghidorah an alien, and I like how they brought back the classic Godzilla theme.
Or you were stunned when you were telling them your thoughts?
No, I was just I'm just nervously like, and I thought this was cool. Though I will say this, I also, what probably hurt my movie experience was I was getting kind of upset because I have one friend kept trying to go up to me and say something to me while we were watching the movie, and not to mention they had to pick up McDonald's before we saw it, and then we had to pick up another friend, and I'm the type of guy that likes getting the movie theaters 30 minutes early. So when I got there literally at the time the movie was about to start, and like we didn't have time to pick out our own seats, I was a little upset. But that was just like, I mean, because that movie was kind of an important thing, and then I came out of it just being disappointed. I'm like, whatever.
How many times did you guys see it in the theater when it came out?
Once.
Once.
I saw it 3 times.
Once.
7.
That's it for me.
Once was too much.
I saw it 7 times.
Listen,
I've seen it a very good amount of times in home
Oh.
video releases to try to refresh my memory on it.
No, okay, so when this movie came out, I tried to see in every single cinema like theater experience as possible. So there's 4DX, there's Dolby, there's IMAX, there's Cinemark's D-Box, and then there's Screen X, where it's like 3 screens. And it's like the other 2 screens are just made for a peripheral vision. You're not supposed to look right at them because they look like complete garbage. But the coolest experience was 4DX. It was moving seats with flashing lights, and you're getting rained on, and you're getting blown in the face. Missiles shoot by.
Man, you'd be soaking wet after King of the Monsters. How much rain that was in that movie?
Well, only a few drips fall on me.
You'd be freezing with the snow. Like,
Yeah, the snow. Someone gets frostbite. Oh, they're trying to simulate Antarctica.
Yeah, anytime Vidor showed up, there was like flashing lights just.
Did anyone completely disintegrate during the burning Godzilla sequence?
Oh yeah, dude. I had to put myself back.
No,
together
bro,
after
I was
that.
just hotboxing the theater at that point.
It was also like shooting fog out as well.
No, my brain disintegrated because of how bad the movie was.
I've seen King of the Monsters more than I like to admit because of a secret thing I'm working on. Haha, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I might have said it on the stream. Yeah, so that movie, man. I used to just like vile towards it, but now I'm like brain dead towards it because I've seen it so many times. I'm like, oh hey, look,
Right.
just the scientist guys again. I'm supposed to be mad, but I don't feel anything. Right?
Godzilla vs. Kong.
I will say this outside of this discussion, when I talk about King of the Monsters anywhere else with anyone, I get sick of it immediately. All discussion of that movie is so just tiresome and repetitive. Like, I remember one time I was in an Ultraman Discord and we were just talking there, and some guy came in and she's like, so what's your guys' thoughts on King of the Monsters? And literally had a friend of mine go like, oh, we're opening up this can of worms now, because it's like
Is it
like
M78?
no, not M78. It was another one. But it was like it's just King of the Monsters is just not a fun movie to talk about. Like, I thought Shin Godzilla, even with people who didn't like it, was a fun time to talk about it. I never got tired at all talking about Shin Godzilla, even to this day. But King of the Monsters was like the one movie that after like 2 months, I just got sick of it. Like, not of the movie itself. Like I mentioned, the rewatch has actually helped my opinion on it. I actually think it's a fine movie now. I've gone to appreciate some things about it. But it's just talking it about with people or seeing people talk about it constantly. I was just sick of it. I was just done. And I feel like that the same thing probably is going to happen with Godzilla vs. Kong, even if I come out loving the movie or not. Because, it has Big Monkey, so.
What's your money on?
Well, even though I'm rooting for Kong, I gotta say I think Godzilla's gonna win.
I think Kong's gonna win because he's Big Monkey.
Yeah, I'm Team Kong. I'm Team Kong all the way.
I'm actually Team Mechagodzilla. I actually scratched that. I'm Team Mechagodzilla.
No, one will fall. That's gonna be Mechagodzilla.
I'm Team Ultra Q.
Yeah. I'm Team Neo Ultra Q.
I'm Team People. People are gonna win.
But
I'm Team RoboCop.
But yeah. Anyway, I mean, I'm sure y'all can figure out my overrated movie, Godzilla vs. Destroya. My underrated movie, the Attack on Titan movies. Watch my video.
Yeah,
I'm kind of scared to watch them. Isn't like the guy from Shin Godzilla in there?
Yeah, actually, a few people from Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so who's the main character in Shin Godzilla in the Attack on Titan series? Or in the movies?
Shikishima.
Yeah.
Is that a new character? Because I looked on the IMDb and I saw that Shukishima had like a very important role in the second one.
Yeah, he is
Oh, yeah.
kind of loosely based on.
But
Levi.
Davis, the live-action Attack on Titan movies. Oh, you can go. Sorry, I was cutting you off. Whoever was.
They're bad.
I think Nick was talking.
I don't know. I was just gonna go over like just the pure amount of like cast members in there. Because there also is Tomi Ishihara who plays Hans or Hanji.
Oh yeah, and they're also directed by Shinji Higuchi, who's the co-director of Shin Godzilla.
Didn't Shinji Higuchi just direct like the monster action?
No, he directed the whole movie.
I thought Anno did.
Well, are we talking about Shin Godzilla or Attack on Titan?
I thought
okay,
both.
so in Shin Godzilla, Ono was writer and director, and Higuchi, while he was also director, he also directed the special effects.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that he said, "I want this in there"?
It means he directed the special effects.
I think I heard somewhere that Higuchi worked more with the actors than Ono did.
Yeah, I actually do remember hearing something like that from Yoko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
yeah.
Ono just co-director? Yeah, wasn't Ono just co-director?
I don't know. I felt Ano's presence a lot more than.
I was gonna say I felt that I felt more of Ono's stamp on that movie, and ironically enough, Shin Ultraman is just directed by Higuchi, but it totally has Ono's stamp from that trailer alone.
Yeah.
All the shots of the city of Japan.
I feel like Shin Ultraman is definitely a spiritual sequel to Shin Godzilla.
Oh,
Definitely.
Hmm.
But,
Yeah, they should have Shin Godzilla and Ultraman fight. You know, they should have them go at it.
By the way, Davis,
yeah.
I finished Ultra Q.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
That last episode, dude.
Oh,
Bruh.
We'll talk more about that after I catch up with these questions. Because we've been talking about that for 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Goku says, please do more Tomino reviews. I definitely plan on it. Let's see. For any of you guys who have seen them, what are the best Ultraman movies? I've only seen the next, and the next is very good. I highly recommend the next.
I'd say Tiga Final Odyssey, I think, is the best one for me, personally.
That's a really good one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that one as well.
A lot of
Just
people.
don't watch.
A lot of people really like the Ultraman X movie, but I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was just fine. It didn't click with me like it did with other people. I actually thought out of all the Nugent stuff, I thought Ultraman G, at least on a story standpoint, was a bit stronger. But nonetheless, if you're gonna watch any Ultraman movie outside of Ultraman the X that a lot of people recommend, it would probably Ultraman X, even if it didn't click with me.
Just stay far away from the Gaia movie. Stay far away from Ultraman Gaia, the battle.
I will watch it now before you even touch the show.
No, just don't even bother with it.
Watch it from a really far distance away.
Binoculars, no
With
headphones.
orange juice in both of your eyes.
Just don't even watch it. Just don't even look at it.
Just let someone else describe.
Just listen
I'm
to the
staring at
audio.
it right now.
Listen to the audio.
So, Ultraman movies. Anyone else got recommendations?
Oh, the Zero movies are pretty good too. The Zero movies.
Oh,
are good.
okay.
Yeah, I want to see those so bad.
Yeah, you should. Revenge of Belial is really good too. That's like the sequel to the first one. It's Ultra Galaxy. I'm forgetting the name exactly, but those are really good. I will recommend those.
So, yeah, I guess that's all we got.
Yeah. I haven't gotten far into Ultraman yet. I'm sorry.
Joke's on you. I'm Team Gamera.
Man, Gamer's still at the
What about
waiting for his-
Team Toto? What about Team Toto?
Oh, Tony's here. Isn't it strange how, with the exception of one, all of Mechagodzilla's appearances involve another monster instead of a one-on-one fight with Godzilla? Yeah, it is it's a bit strange, isn't it?
That's why against Mechagodzilla. Actually, no. Sorry, I was about to say against Mechagodzilla is the best Mechagodzilla movie, but I forgot Terra Mechagodzilla exists. So
It's the second best one.
Yeah.
it's the second best. Very
I
close
guess
up
it's
there.
really good
If
though.
Ryan was here, he would be saying GXMG is the best one.
Yeah.
Ultraman Zerth.
Tony recommends Ultraman Zerth.
By the way, I love that there is an Ultraman named Ultraman Chuck, and there's another one named Ultraman Nice. By the way,
Where's
that actually
Ultraman
makes the
Sean?
Sneed and Feed joke work great.
Oh.
Where's Ultraman Sean? I want Ultraman Sean.
You'll
Sean's
eventually get it.
Sean's a good name, right?
Is
Right, Davis?
an Ultraman show?
What was that?
Sorry for interrupting. Is Ultra Q an Ultraman show, or is that another show?
It's its
Okay,
own thing.
so yeah, Ultra Q is its own thing, but it is the very first show of the Ultra series, and it's very good.
Imagine it's
Ultra Q
Japan's.
and Ultraman, right?
Can I say something about it?
No.
Okay, fine.
Oh, come on.
It's basically Chris. It's basically Japan's answer to like the Twilight Zone.
I haven't
That
seen
is
every
awesome.
episode. I haven't seen every episode, but it's very good.
Ultra Q is, I would say, that perfect transition point from like Toho kaiju science fiction films to more of like the Tsuburaya TV toku work. Mainly because it's very grounded. It's not as out there as Ultraman, even though it does have some very out there episodes, and it has a lot of Toho actors in there, like Kenji Sahara for one. Like he's the main star of the show, which is insane. Which, by the way, I feel like with those Mill Creek releases for Ultra Q, they should have had Kenji Sahara on the mural that transitions to Ultraman. That would have been cool.
I guess since we're on the Ultra topic, what is your favorite Ultra series for anybody else in the call? I know
Nexus.
Davis. Yeah, I mean Davis knows it.
Nexus.
Let's go.
Currently, it's Return of Ultraman, but mainly because I have not touched any of the Heisei stuff yet, and I know there's a lot of Heisei stuff that is great.
Q is my favorite Ultra series at the moment. It doesn't even have Ultraman, but I can't help it. It's so good.
It was gonna have Ultraman at some point. I don't think by the name, but they were that like at least an alien that looked like Ultraman because the design of Ultraman was supposed to be like an alien in the show, but then they used the design for Ultraman and just went with that.
Which is why Ace was terrifying.
Cole, I cannot wait till I get to 7 and return.
Oh, so if you like Q, I think you'll really like 7 because 7 is kind of like Q in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And Return of Ultraman has some great story moments, like the Christmas special. Like, holy
oh my god, you brought that up the other night.
I like Jack, but I don't think this might be unpopular, but I think Jack doesn't get really good till like about halfway. Because that's when that's when when the Knuckle stuff comes in and I like that half of the show a lot. It's just the first half it kind of feels a little samey to me. Like a lot of episodes kind of feel the same. But when Jack gets good, it's really good though. Like I'm not denying.
Yeah, though like Sundown at Tokyo and like the Bimstar episode's still great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Honda worked on it.
Yeah. Honda even did the final episode, but I will say this, the final episode of Ultraman Jack is not all that great.
Are you telling me Zeton 2 is not good? How dare you?
The honkers on Zeton 2, bro.
Shay asks, what are some kaiju you guys want to see appear in future Godzilla movies? Now, get out of here. As much as I love seeing Titanosaurus and Singular Point, I would love to see him appear in a movie. So like somewhere down the line.
For me, Hedorah, obviously. Hedorah. But since you weren't specific with kaiju, I'm gonna say I want just brand new stuff. All right, Toho has been going on with the big 5 for way too long. I want Godzilla to go off on completely original monsters, more so than ever at this point. I love to see classic monsters return, but man, I just want to see Godzilla go against some like freak of natures. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be pretty cool.
Like, we need to add to the Godzilla Rose Gallery. It's been kind of slow.
Oh yeah.
If there was any kaiju I'd want to come back, it'd be Megalon. He has not shown up in anything since his original appearance. He's my favorite monster, but it's like he's my favorite monster, so I have bias. But like, I seriously want him to come back. He deserves a second chance of some kind. Like he really does.
Do you think we'll see him in the anime?
I don't know. If they have Megalon, they'd want to put Gigan probably, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Cole. Look what I posted on the Japanese cinema page the other day.
Ooh. Got me looking.
Yeah, that is a highlight of that movie.
Oh yeah, it really is.
Oh,
Like, it's
yeah,
shocking.
I liked that post the other day. Yeah.
You're watching a movie that has like zero budget, and then out of nowhere, it's like, whoa, okay, I guess we're back
It's
to
funny.
the golden age.
In the Criterion booklet, they state that that is the one scene the crew legitimately wanted to like try on because they said they really just want at least one scene to look good so they could be happy.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Well, it's
like
a great
yeah, like I mentioned, you watch a movie that has like that was made on the budget of like a ham sandwich, then it just gets to that one point, and you feel like you're watching, like Mothra vs. Godzilla.
It's the only thing Megalon destroys that's not stock footage.
Yeah.
Let that
Oh
sink in.
yeah.
Man, it was embarrassing seeing see them use like Gigan also did this, but they had a scene where like Megalon goes behind some trees, and then they use more of the gargantuan footage. That's what they did with Godzilla vs. Gigan with Gigan. It was so just. Woo.
I feel like I can laugh more at the stock footage use in Megalon than I can at Gigan.
Yeah, I feel like Gigan though, you could get rid of most of the stock footage if you just got rid of King Ghidorah. If you just got rid of him.
King Ghidorah just kind of looks like crap though in that movie.
Yeah,
Like, that just
It
looked
looked awful.
Just throw King Ghidorah away. You could probably cut down a decent amount of minutes on that final act, and you could probably also, make Gigan a much more cooler and threatening opponent. You could probably have a much better
No,
movie.
I disagree. I actually think Gigan's a highlight in that movie.
No. Gigan definitely is. I'm just saying that if you get rid of Ghidorah, you can make Gigan even cooler, because now he's all by himself and he's having to take on both Godzilla and Anguirus. So you got to make him a much more formidable foe.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Or heck, I'd say get rid of Ghidorah and Anguirus, and I think it'd be. I mean, I'm just saying Anguirus in the movie doesn't really do a lot when you think about it. Like, I don't really think he did anything useful until the very end.
Honestly,
He did that cool back slam.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
if my favorite part with Anguirus in Godzilla vs. Gigan is the part where Gigan just buzzsaws his face.
And the blood squirts all over the camera.
Yeah.
See, people always point at the scenes like, well, Anguirus is stupid. He just ran right into it. But the scene implies that the reason why he's running is not he's running at Gigan. He's seeing Godzilla getting hurt by Godzilla Tower, so he's rushing in to help his friend. But then Gigan steps in the way and just cuts his face open.
Funny thing about that shot where he does get hit by Gigan's buzzsaw, if you stop at the very beginning of that frame, at the first frame of the scene, you can see the prop guy's hand holding Anguirus.
Yeah.
Before he throws it in. It's so funny.
Chris, you good?
You good,
I'm
man?
okay. I'm just looking at something.
He doesn't want spoilers.
Oh, you guys were talking about something that was spoilery?
I don't think
I
so.
zoned out again.
You're talking about Godzilla vs. Gigan.
And the question is, what are some kaiju you guys want to see appear in future Godzilla movies?
The last thing I remember you guys saying was that was the only thing that Megalon destroyed that wasn't stock footage.
Oh yeah, and Godzilla vs. Megalon. There's a scene because that movie wasn't shot in 11 days, if I remember.
I think so.
It was shot.
Was it just all the new stuff that was shot?
Well, most of the special effects scenes in that movie consist of stock footage from other tokusatsu movies that came beforehand. But there's one scene in that movie that genuinely looks good, where Megalon destroys a dam, and not only is it well scaled, but the miniature detail is really exquisite. It's like the one scene in the movie. And
I will say Megalon's defense. I will say though, in Megalon's defense, I think not a lot of people say this, but there is very little stock footage in the actual final battle. There's only 2 instances of stock footage in the entire thing.
Yeah.
One quick shot of 72, and then just the repeat of the guy again, hitting him a bunch of times. Other than that, a completely new footage, which is kind of crazy for that movie. So.
That's anyone else want to go?
I will say, I do agree that I do want to see more original kaiju, but if I had to pick pre-existing kaiju to come back, I want to see Baron again.
Yeah.
And give him an actual presence.
Make a suit out of peanuts too.
Sean, did you go?
I don't really have much to add to this because I've told you basically how I feel about the future of Godzilla movies.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Chris?
I want to see Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah because we haven't gotten a good film that has those three.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Do you get it? Good film?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just kidding. I really, I want the classic like Showa Mechagodzilla. Hopefully, we get that in Godzilla vs Kong. From what I've read, the leaks, Mechagodzilla is going to be closer to Showa.
Bum, bum. Don't give any people funny ideas about a fake Godzilla being movie. I swear to God, if anyone in the chat thinks there's going to be a fake Godzilla, I'm going to punch you. Physical violence is the answer to your stupidity.
Okay, what would you guys do? What would you guys do if there's like an after credit scene in Godzilla vs Kong where they show like a baby Godzilla like thawing in the ice or some shit?
I'm throwing my Dr. Pepper straight at the movie. That's it.
I'm only cool with it if it's Minya.
What's baby
Can you
Godzilla?
do the donkey noise? Can you do the donkey noise if he comes out of the egg? No, that would
Do you guys think Destroy All Monsters is going to happen?
If that's even the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they have so far.
Destroy Godzilla's reputation even more. Oh.
Well, I mean, like Godzilla vs Kong is getting like most attention out of all of them so far. Like, it didn't Skull Island make more money than the original Godzilla movie?
When you take into account of inflation, 2014 is still the most successful MonsterVerse movie. Actually, in reality, I believe 98 is still the most successful movie out of the bunch due to inflation.
Yes.
But the reason why the movie was considered a flop was because they threw so much money at marketing. They just, well, boom, and then everyone hated it, and the toys sell like crap.
Oh, wait.
It'll be funny if Joey came
there
back.
it is.
Whoa.
Oh, you like went out and then came back.
Oh, thanks, StreamYard.
Yeah, here. Now I'm gonna poke you.
I'm gonna poke you.
Yeah. So
What the hell? I went the
I
Play the drums on my head.
Wait, I can uppercut.
Moving on.
Hey, take my drums. As a Godzilla.
Anyway.
Godzilla reference.
OBS.
What are some Ultraman kaiju you guys would like to see fight Godzilla? Although,
Tiger. Wait, no, that's Gamera.
Dinosaur tank.
Dinosaur Tank versus Godzilla. Yes, I want to see Dinosaur Tank versus Godzilla. Although I kind of want to see Godzilla versus Destrudo was his name at the end of Ultraman Z.
Yeah, Destrudo.
Godzilla
Yeah,
versus the Ho.
Yeah, I think Godzilla versus Destrudo would be pretty awesome. That or Godzilla. Godzilla versus Beast the One would be cool. Godzilla versus Zapandan would be pretty dope too.
Godzilla versus Kamagojira. Oh wait.
Man, I got to do some marketing real quick.
Oh, somebody got hiccups.
There we go.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
All
I
right.
know it's basic, but I would really like Godzilla and Gamora to fight. I know that's super basic, but I really like Gamora. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool.
I like how Chris is looking at Dope's screen with like confusion and disgust. I feel like Chris is the most expressive one that you always have on your live streams, Davis.
Yeah, he's easily the most expressive.
Oh, Godzilla versus Nosferatu. That's one I'd like to see. That'd be a cool one.
Godzilla versus
It's the remember in Nexus? Remember the one in Nexus, Davis? It has like the two wolf heads, and it's got like the alien
Oh
head.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, 2 months from now, pick up Ultraman Leo on Blu-ray.
Yes. I was gonna say Godzilla versus King Joe, because King Joe is a freaking beast of an old. I mean, not really a kaiju, but a key kaiju, if you will, a machine monster.
Giant robot.
What about Grand King
Oh,
Drinking.
or
Aye.
Hippolyto?
oh, Tyrant. What about Tyrant?
Oh, Tyrant, yeah.
5 King versus Godzilla.
5 can be very cool.
Yeah.
Or how about Godzilla versus Life King, where Godzilla shoots his atomic breath at Life King, and Life King starts laughing while also inflating and deflating before exploding.
That's the dream.
No, how about
Godzilla
How about
versus Naronga from Ultra Q.
Oh yeah.
Like Godzilla versus Kanagan.
I was gonna say the same thing actually.
Red Man beat him to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Godzilla did fight Red Man though, he won't last long.
What Godzilla versus Jiras?
Yeah, damn it, you stole my joke. You're happy, Chris.
Well, I mean, Chris. The problem with that is, have you ever seen Godzilla and Jiras in the same room together?
I was gonna make a circumcision joke with the frill, but I can't.
It was just gonna be like that. It's gonna be like it's just gonna be like that. You know that scene from SpongeBob where Patrick beats himself up for SpongeBob to get into the club. It's just gonna look like that.
Have mercy.
Man, I bet if it was the
Jiras
Monsterverse.
is just like a hallucination. Like it's Godzilla's alter ego, and it's like his inner demons that he's fighting psychologically.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait though when someone said having Gamera the Monsterverse. Watch, if they introduce Gamera the Monsterverse, they're gonna set up like, wow, Gamera and Godzilla were ancient arch rivals, just like they've been doing with every other monster he's been fighting.
So I guess we pretty much answered that question. Shay also asks favorite human characters in kaiju movies. I mean, we already talked about how. Yeah, I mean, we already talked about how awesome and how much of a Chad astronaut Glenn is in Monster Zero. Yeah, like dude's a complete stud.
Katagiri from Godzilla 2000, Akane from Against Mechagodzilla. Oh shit. Goro. No, not Goro. Gondo from Biollante. There you go.
His name is
Goro's
Goro.
not a good character?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
telling me Goro's not a good character?
No. All Goros, including the one that wasn't really at all a character in Shin Godzilla, have all been cool.
Just a picture of Kihachi Okamoto.
Yeah. Even he was cool. All right, he was one of those interesting things about Shin
Kihachi
Godzilla.
Okamoto's a great. Well, hey, he's cool because Kihachi Okamoto is a great director. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Don Fry and Final Wars. How could we not mention Don Fry?
I mean, I do have my connections. I'll leave it at that.
Well, listen, I think it's a kind of a given to say how great Serizawa is as a character. I mean, he's a great character.
Which one?
The original, the only. Even though I love Ken Watanabe as an actor, I have to say, really underrated human character, Prime Minister Minamura from Godzilla '84, played by Keiju Kobayashi.
Oh yeah, he's great in that.
He is a boss. Although an even better human character in that movie is the homeless guy.
Yeah. So Sean, because we were watching The Last War together last night, I really like Snapping Turtle from Mothra, played by the legendary Frankie Sakai.
Oh, and may I just say Frankie Sakai in The Last War? Oh my god. Considering he's mainly a comedic actor, seeing him shift into a dramatic role, it's really commendable. And to throw in Gamera, Usagi from the Heisei Gamera trilogy.
Yeah.
Who was the kid in the Brave? I thought he was really
forgot.
good.
I forgot.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but he was good.
And his dad was great too.
Oh, his dad was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the dad from Guardian of the Universe. He was great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, M11, right? Anybody? M11?
No.
We're not going to talk about Robert Scott fraud here.
Does Tetsuo the Iron Man count as a kaiju movie, Davis?
I'm sorry.
Oh
but
no, is Clifford a
sorry.
kaiju? Huh?
The Salary Man?
Technically, the Indominus Rex is a kaiju.
The Salary Man, aka the Iron Man himself, and Tetsuo the Iron Man?
All right. Nick was gonna go. Nick, do you want to go?
Okay, I was gonna say my joke answer to this question is those two guys in the Arctic from Final Wars.
Oh yeah.
That fishnet
Oh,
nipple tank top, bro. Got me
Oh.
living in my head.
Oh. And
Guy making a croissant in the Arctic.
Wait.
Oh, you were
So you're gonna go with those guys in the Arctic and not the pimp, the cop, and the hobo from the New York scene?
it's like
I'm sending your ass back to New Jersey.
there's too many characters in Final Wars to talk about. Too many minor characters to talk
The
about.
leader of Planet X, man. The leader of Planet X. Kazuki Kitamura, man.
I mean, like as a kid, one of my favorite characters is literally only on screen for like a couple seconds. It's when we first see the true forms of the Xylians on TV, and they show the reaction of people watching it all over. And then there's this one woman who just goes, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
I always loved that chick as a kid.
Let's see. There's Flapjack from the Australia scene when the legally he's not called Zilla anymore, but
Actually, no. That is just the U.S. English trademark of it. He is still trademarked as Zilla, because his U.S.
he's called Godzilla. He's called Godzilla.
Legally
He is
Godzilla before Final Wars. He is legally Godzilla before Final Wars, but he is still Zilla because in reality, while his trademark expired, it did not expire in Japan. They actually renewed the license for that. The same thing happened with Hedora and Biollante. They're U.S. trademark of the characters. Those expired, but they still are licensed in Japan by Toho. It's weird. It's some weird copyright BS.
I'm still gonna call him Godzilla 98, but
I will
apparently
too. I will
one of
too.
the characters. But apparently, one of the characters is named Flapjack, and he gets eaten / crushed by Godzilla 98.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
one of my favorite.
Yeah. Some dude with a spiked up mohawk is named Flapjack, and that's awesome. All decked out in leather and
That's
piercings.
a very Australian name. That's a very. I don't know
Flapjack.
Ooh. Nelson from Mothra.
Yes, Clark Nelson is awesome. I love me some Clark Nelson. Played by the legendary Jerry Ito.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite more random things of Final Wars is that guy with the duck. If you remember, random guy with a duck.
I forgot about that.
I like to call him Shin Affleck. That's what I like to call him.
I was gonna say, speaking of 98, I really I was rewatching it and how it's listen, honestly I think 98 is a terrible movie, but God, it's so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get it on 4K.
Part of that entire movie is probably Jean Reno as Philippe. Just, you call this coffee?
Oh, he was the best part.
John Reno is great in it.
No possible.
There's some good animatronic work in 98. There's a lot of good animatronic work.
Yeah, a lot of good model work too.
Yeah, there's some good effects in 98.
And a fun score. And a good score.
I will say though the CG has aged a bit.
like there's times when the main Godzilla looks good, but there is other times where he looks a little ooh. But
Looks a little video gamey, if you know what I mean.
but the babies though, oh
The
my
babies look
god.
Oh, the babies look fantastic even now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will say, I
So,
think Zilla is a good design.
I'm sorry. Continue.
I was just saying that I think Zilla's a good design. Like I actually like Godzilla's 98's design. Wow, I gotta get used to saying Godzilla now. 98's design, or like 98's design.
Oh, its own design is, the design itself is fine. Just as a Godzilla design, it's,
Yeah.
But can he beat Goku?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the question.
No. The real question is, can he beat Cooler?
No, no one can beat Cooler.
You sure about that? Goku did. So I mean,
Well,
Fake. No,
let's
it's
see.
fake.
There.
He beat Cooler twice. He beat Cooler twice, Davis. He beat him twice, technically.
Now you see,
It was an illusion.
It's all fake. It didn't happen. Cooler's still alive.
Cooler's still alive.
He is in my bedroom. He's hiding in my closet. I know he's in there. I
He's underneath
believe
the bed.
he's in there. In fact, I have seen him in there. Cooler
I played
exists.
football with him.
Yeah.
Did you meet him on Tinder, Davis?
Yes.
Oh, and Gojira fan 54 in the comments says, "Oh, what no love for Miki Sagusa?" Listen, Miki Sagusa, I think that there was a good setup for her as a character. I just feel like the later Heisei films didn't really do much with her.
Yeah.
No disrespect though to the actress, because the actress does a good job.
Oh yeah.
I met her back at G-Fest a while ago. She was
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. It's just the material she had to work with wasn't the best. But you can't hold that against her.
All right, so we're coming up here on a 3.5 hours. Wow.
Hey, we
15 viewers.
we outlived the most recent Monstrosities live stream.
How long was their last live stream?
Like 3 hours. Actually, I don't know. I don't recall. I might be bullshitting. I don't know.
Yeah, I really enjoy being on Matt's streams. Yeah, he's really
Matt,
really.
Love. It's Matt.
Oh yeah, great guy, and also really like hanging out with Bryce, aka Professor Kaiju, as well as Jake, aka Daikaiju Legends.
Right. That's right.
Adam, aka Scribe Productions. He's a lot of fun. Alexander,
Jazzman is staring at you. Jazzman is staring into your soul.
Alexander the Swell. He's a pretty swell guy. I feel like he should really rename himself to Alexander the Great because he's honestly a great guy.
He's a swell guy.
Upload more and needs to shave.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. Let's see. Kaiju Kim, Makaden, aka Vintage Henshin, Big Jack Films. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. To put it short, I love being on Matt's streams, and the people he brings. They're all awesome. I love hanging out with them.
Oh yeah.
I like posting, or I like commenting the stupidest things in the comments section on those stuff.
Oh, that's what I was
pretty
doing.
funny.
That's what I kept saying that everyone in the live stream was just a voice in my head, and they wouldn't stop talking. And I kept.
You need to see a therapist, Pico.
and then me and Davis for a little bit, and even Sam the Gigan fan joined in on it. But I kept doing the Liddy posting in the comment section where I kept saying I was pissing my pants in the theater, just all that.
All right, but it looks like questions kind of came to a halt. Do you guys want to go ahead and close it off?
Well, I want to say something before we...
real quick. Kaiju 621, what's up?
Hey.
So I got two questions. So, first, if you had the chance, by the way, some guy in the comments already asked this. If you could cast your own live-action Attack on Titan movie, who'd you choose?
Tom Holland, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr.
No, Chris Evans for no. Okay. Listen, Chris Evans for Commander Irwin.
No.
No.
Rock Johnson.
No, they should get the guy who played Homelander as him.
Okay. Like
John C. Reilly.
For Aaron.
I legitimately think.
Woody Allen. No, I'm kidding.
Shut up and let me answer, for God's sake.
He's very passionate about this.
I've never seen Davis do that before.
Scary.
Okay, so
That was just funny. It took me off guard. That was funny.
all right. Anyway, I would generally like to see Michael Fassbender play Irwin. I think he could really pull it off. However, I would greatly prefer like newer, like fresh faces to play like other characters. Now, sure, you can have more seasoned actors playing like the more older, mature characters. Like I see a lot of people say that Patrick Stewart should play Dot Pixis, and I'm 100% on board with that. I think he'd be great at it.
Who?
Patrick Stewart. He was Professor Xavier in Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay. Yeah. What about Evangelion? I think
I
What?
made an entire video on that. You can check it out.
Well, I'm going to say something. So me and Kaiju 611 were thinking about it, and we think Benicio del Toro would be the perfect Gendo. And Ana de Armas would be like the perfect Masada.
No. I would much greatly prefer if they had Japanese actors play in those roles.
Talking about American live action.
Well, the characters in Attack on Titan, most of them aren't Asian.
Most of them are like German European-ish.
Yeah. There's only like a few of them that are actually Asian, one of them being Mikasa.
You're saying we can't have Tom Holland?
Wait.
That's a joke.
Martin, I honestly did not see that. I'm so sorry about that. Can you
Very sorry.
Can you ask again? I
Probably
completely
just scroll up and see it.
Yeah, that completely went under my radar. I mean, we were talking about kaiju movies for like 40 minutes straight, and I probably got lost in that. Like, I was such in a hurry to try and catch up with questions, and I'm sorry, dude.
Just one last thing on the Attack on Titan live action thing, though. Paul Blart as Levi.
Yes, I am on board with that.
But also, I want Tom Holland. I want Scarlett Johansson. I want Elizabeth Olsen. I want
You want Zendaya for Oscar? No. Chloe Moritz Grace. Chloe Grace. I don't know if they're.
Yeah, there's always those fan castings where they always just want to do MCU.
I'm sorry. Continue, Nick.
I was gonna say I remember seeing a fan casting that was like Dane DeHaan as Levi, and I'm like, I feel like he'd make a better Aaron than Levi, at least based on like.
I don't know. I mean, I think Dane DeHaan's a bit too old for Aaron, and he's not. I just don't see him as Levi, honestly. And although I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, and I'm so sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to say before I forget, I want John Goodman as the Beast Titan, and I want Dwayne the Rock Johnson as the Armor Titan.
Yes.
Yes.
Like the Titans themselves.
Yeah. Let's
Can
see.
Nicholas?
I would like to see Jaden Smith play Shinji. I remember. Okay, there's this one edit of a live action Netflix Evangelion movie, and it had Jaden Smith as Shinji and Zendaya as.
Oh my God! I know that exact one. I love it so much.
I can't remember if it was Asuka or Rei, but Zendaya was the.
She was Rei. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think John wants to say something.
Go ahead, Sean.
Well, first off, I'm sorry about earlier.
It's all right.
I didn't mean to do that. In all seriousness, though, hear me out. Robert Pattinson in a live-action Attack on Titan movie? Because that dude is proven to be a great, fantastic actor in so many movies.
I'm wondering who he would play because I can definitely see him in that type of universe. I'm just thinking about who he would be good as.
You know who'd be the perfect Ray live action? Saoirse Ronan.
Who?
Saoirse Ronan.
I
Just gotta look it up.
Sorry, I'm not good with names. So
Can we get Nicolas Cage as the guy from the camp that was like really mean to everybody and would scream at him? Could that
can we?
I'd be down for that.
I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up to find Martin's question about the Iron Giant. Let's see. Let's see here.
I will say this to Martin: we weren't ignoring you. We were just talking about other things. Don't assume that we're not that rude.
Okay. This is not necessarily a kaiju related question, but do you think a sequel to the Iron Giant could be made, or do you think they should just keep it as a standalone film? Personally, I think it's better off as a standalone. I feel like you can't really top what the Iron Giant did with a sequel.
Yeah. The ending kind of had almost a sort of what you could construe as a cliffhanger, like, oh, we could make a sequel, but I really, not only do I find that highly impossible at this point, but like, I don't want it anyway. I think it works perfectly fine as a standalone.
I actually think the Iron Giant should have ended when the screws started hitting the window. And Hogarth let it out, and that's where it should have ended. Just kind of keep it a bit ambiguous instead of just showing the Iron Giant like smile in the camera. I don't know. I that's just my more preferred ending. To kind of be at a hint that he's still out there.
I thought the Iron Giant should
I'm just
have
happy
ended
you
where,
guys know
where
about
the Iron Giant beats up like these race car drivers because he's from the streets and it's all about family.
Speaking of race car movies, I saw Speed Racer recently, and that
You
was a
did?
hell of a time.
I love Speed Racer.
Yeah, I had friends who were like having a watch party of it on Discord, and I joined like really early on it, and I watched it. That was
do you
a hell
think?
of a time, a really freaking weird time, but I loved every second of it.
Yeah, definitely. It should have came out later.
It got that Shark Boy and Lava Girl CG though, which I don't mind.
No, like the thing about it is that it flopped when it came out because it came out like a month before Dark Knight. So if it came out like today, it would have been praised for its style and like style.
You're telling me you don't love the Mach 6?
The Mach 6 is so good, dude. What are you talking about? I love Speed Racer. You know, also the good guilty pleasure movie, Santa Jaws. Every Christmas.
Let's see. Goodyear Fan 54 has wanted me to look at his question on do you think Gamera could appear in the MonsterVerse? If so, how could he fit in? I don't see it happening, honestly.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert Pattinson is the perfect Kachi for Evangelion.
I thought you were going to say Robert Pattinson would be a perfect Gamera.
No, Kaji.
Well,
Hey, I've seen The Lighthouse. It could work.
Actually, I do see Gamera being in the MonsterVerse, but played by Robert Pattinson. He'd be a great Gamera.
Just cover him in like green face.
Just
No, can Robert Pattinson be like the kid from a Super Monster? Or, like he's obsessed with turtles and just Gamera shows up? Like that'd be great.
Actually, here's what they do. They remake the first Gamera movie. However, they mix the Lighthouse into it, so it's the characters from the Lighthouse reenacting not only scenes from the Lighthouse but the first Gamera movie.
No twist. No, the big twist at the end of the lighthouse when he sees what's inside the lighthouse. It's just Gamera.
No. You see the lighthouse, the kid runs inside, all you hear is, "Hark! Hark!" He's like, out of the mountains. He's just walking towards it.
Actually, I wonder if Willem Dafoe would play Gamera if they did that.
He would. He
Willem Dafoe
would.
could play anything, dude.
You're fond of me, lobster, ain't you? Say it.
Starts
That's
dancing.
Yo, okay. What about a live action SpongeBob movie? Like, just replace all the characters with just people. Who would be the king? Who would be King Nebula?
Okay.
Or King Neptune? Is that his name?
I just got depressed
Yeah.
by hearing. I'm kidding.
Okay, I was gonna
I
say.
thought you were gonna say it was live action, but it was just the objects, like just be like a sponge and then just like some random starfish.
No, wait. There's that one episode where they did just that.
Oh, they went on the island. They went on the island. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
The seagulls.
Yeah, I'm talking about like people. People play like SpongeBob Patrick, but they're like normal people.
You,
There's a Broadway show.
I think there was actually a deleted scene that was like never finished from the first SpongeBob movie that was supposed to have them running into human versions of themselves.
So like just Tom
Yeah,
Kenny.
no, he's right. He's absolutely right. I know exactly what he's talking about. And there was gonna be like a deleted scene where Sandy was involved.
Uh-oh. What, do they
Did
meet
Sandy
her
even
like
show
on
up in
Earth?
the movie? I forgot.
On land?
Yeah, like when they're up on the surface.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Don't catch him in the shed with it, man.
I was gonna say, like, no, it's like
Oh God.
it's like that scene from The Lighthouse where Robert Pattinson is like just beating up that seagull. It's like that, but he's dressed up as Gamera and he's doing that to a grouse.
So it'd be like that opening of Gamer 3 where that random village woman's just hitting it, but it's Robert Pattinson with Gauss instead.
He beats up the seagull because he confused it for a grouse.
I don't know about you guys, but I am really tired right now.
Okay.
Well, that seems like a you problem.
Yeah, just leave. We'll take over. We'll take over.
It
Just
is.
leave. Just get out of here.
All right.
This is our channel now.
All right, party time.
He's gone.
All right, dude,
All right.
screw that guy, man. That guy is a total.
Now we can
bullshit.
curse.
I know.
All right.
I cannot believe I live with the same state of that guy. I can't even.
Hey, what are you talking about? I do too. You and I.
I mean, look,
Wait, you live in the Milky Way galaxy? Get doxed, idiot.
You live on planet Earth? Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
You live on planet Earth. I hope you like having your private information out there.
I was looking through the chat again, and I saw Goodyear fan Valerie ask this a few times. Why not just get the English dub actors to play the characters in the live action for AOT? Well, I mean, there is the live action English dub that uses the anime voice cast, and
I'll say
and
this. Go ahead.
and I will say, like, that's gonna be a bit tough considering that some of those voice actors do play like other background characters too, so it's not gonna be that easy.
Not to mention, in general, like, I've met some of those actors in real life, like Bryce Papenburg and Josh Grell. I don't really know how they pull off Aaron and Armin with those two in live action.
What are you talking about? Armin's totally got a beard and balding, and Aaron totally has like late '90s, early 2000s spiked up hair. and also Mikasa is totally white. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I'll definitely say this. While they might sound the part, they definitely probably don't look the part. And while they also might be really good voice actors, they probably might not be the greatest actors in front of a camera than they would be in front of a mic.
Right. Yeah. Because like performing live is much different than doing like a voiceover.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going off the Japanese live action, I didn't know every single character in Attack on Titan was Asian. I didn't know that. That was a new experience.
Well, those basically due to budgetary reasons.
It's like it's kind of like
Like,
in fact,
like,
it kind of
like,
reminds me- oh, sorry.
It's all right. It just makes more sense. Also considering that like a lot of the characters in Attack on Titan are Caucasian with Caucasian names, and
Crazy that they all talk in Japanese.
yeah,
Is it really Caucasian?
and like having Japanese actors play play a bunch of white dudes with a bunch of white names, it'd be a bit weird. So why not just have it be set in Japan with Japanese characters? That way you're not
I know,
really.
It was just a
all right.
It's kind of like how
I wasn't really trying to jab at them. I was trying to go off what you guys were saying about the other dub actors and stuff. I just
it's kind of like how I kind of always talk about how when Takashi Miike made the live action JoJo movie, he made it based off Diamond is Unbreakable, which, like, when you think about it, all the other parts primarily take place in like Europe, America, Africa, and such, and primarily star like British, American, Egyptian, French people. But Diamond is Unbreakable actually takes place in Japan and stars a primarily Japanese cast, so it makes sense they'd want to go for that one if they wanted to make a live action movie.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't know where Sean went. So yeah, I guess we're fully caught up on questions. We're now sitting at 13 viewers. I guess we'll wait for Sean to.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Okay, so we're going here at about 3 hours and almost 50 minutes. You guys want to call it?
Sure, I guess, Davis. I guess.
All right. All right. Okay, so we'll start off with Nick. Got anything you want to plug or anything really?
Not really at the moment. I mean, I'm planning to start up YouTube under the same username, Xenoprime's Chin, in a little bit, but I'm not sure how long it'll be before then, since school has been kind of chaotic. But like, if you look under that username sometime in the future, that's where you'll find me.
Alrighty. Sean, you're next.
I have a Twitter page dedicated to anything and everything Japanese film related called Shots of Japanese Cinema. Username Cinema of Japan on Twitter and on Instagram. If you're a fan of Japanese movies or Japanese cinema related content, give the page a follow.
Awesome.
And we do take submissions. If there's a certain shot from a Japanese movie that you'd like to be posted, I will gladly share it and tag you in said post.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Cole.
So you can check out my Instagram, Godzilla Gamer 77. I also have a YouTube, same name. Hoping to get a video out by Monday as my kind of return to YouTube, and so look forward to that whenever I finish it.
All right, Big O, buy Ultraman Leo on April 13th.
Yes, definitely do that. It comes out in 2 months from now. But definitely follow me on Twitter. I go by my Twitter handle is BigOOut. I also recommend you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big O, even though I haven't uploaded in soon to be 2 years. I am currently working on a review of the original Godzilla. It's in the script writing process. It probably won't come out extremely soon because I work a lot. I work 40 hours a week, and my schedule's all over the place. It was a surprise I was even able to get on one of these live streams for once. But nonetheless, check out my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, and also if you say mean things about me, I will ban you on Titan Goji server. All right, that's just how it is. I am a mod on there. I have the power.
Hey, I'm a mod too.
I can ban you.
Let me start typing.
All right, Chris, you got anything?
Just my channel is, Jaws-Man right there. I don't upload that much because I'm working on, a friend's movie. But after that, I should start uploading a lot more. And, Conquer Jake D'Annunzio in VFX.
I'm not pointing like these other guys are doing. I lack arms.
Well,
you have
you're
arms,
doing this thing right
Present.
now, so.
Oh yeah, no, Leo's pointing technically. Leo's kind of pointing.
He's doing the Roman salute. I don't know.
All right. Well, it's my turn now. Well, if you're here, guess you already found me. YouTube at Titan Goji. I also have a Patreon where just for a single $1, your name can appear at the end of every future upload, and I'll also have early access to videos, exclusive content. You can also commission me to do videos if you wanted to, and you can also check out the TeePublic. Yes, that really awesome, really awesome Matango shirt. And Nick's got something.
No, I had to use the restroom. He'll be back. That was quick. All right.
Yep.
It was right next to me. I was going to say, I got this quite a while ago, but I've been using the Mazinger Z mask quite a lot.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
Nice.
Awesome. But you can also check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I also have a Discord server. I completely forgot to put it in the description for the stream, but I'll be sure to fix that once it's up.
You can thank me for threatening my mod power for that.
Yeah. But anyway, this was a fun almost 4 hours, and take it easy, y'all.
All right, bye. See you in hell.
Bye.